Oh, we're going above 100%. There we go. This should be a little bit better. I have it at 150% now.
Shit.
Is this better?
What a fucking disaster.
Is the verse dying?
That's
don't know,
kind of weird. Has personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws always been
Sweat
on
said
the
you
first
will.
page? I don't seem to remember that. I might totally be wrong. It just seemed weird that it's there.
What?
So,
On this
on
one it is.
yeah, the core page it has, yeah.
Is volume all set?
I think so. I wanna believe it is. It looks okay on the output. Somebody say
Okay.
something. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's not
Oh.
super
Test,
loud.
test,
I don't
test.
know why it's not louder. Can't really
Alright.
increase it, but I think it's good for a first episode at least.
Yeah, fuck it.
All right. Hi everyone. Welcome to season 2, episode 1 of Wizards and Weeaboos, Tomb of Annihilation edition. We'd like to go ahead and jump in and get everyone started.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, let's go down.
So, without any further ado, loading up introduction. Bees, Panda, and Neko, the three of you are together. You are arriving at the doorway to a pretty well furnished and decorating home in the city of Baldur's Gate. You're walking up a cobblestone path, going through a small courtyard about to approach the door. Pausing because I'm trying to find my page on Roll20.
Oh no.
Sorry,
No,
this
no,
is...
no. Like, it's the beginning of the campaign. It's to be expected.
Shit's already fucked up.
Oh shit.
God damn it.
Ah shit.
Okay, I got it. So you're approaching the door. You have been, for different reasons, invited to the home of Sindra Sylvain, a retired adventurer and merchant. A uniformed attendant leads you up a grand staircase to the third floor of this home, then ushers you into a wood-paneled room with a fireplace, comfortable-looking chairs, and a heavy table bearing goblets and bottles of various wines. The darkly paneled walls of this home are hung with just a plethora of maps and sea charts. There are racks and shelves and cabinets all along the interior walls of this room that, as you look around, can tell hold hundreds more of these rolled up maps and charts. There's a person seated in an overstuffed chair near the fire. You can't discern a gender because only the person's head emerges from under a heavy, dark blanket draped over the chair, and you spot there is an embroidered hood and silver mask that conceal the wearer's face. Even the person's dry, raspy voice provides no clue. Help yourselves to wine and seat yourselves, friends. I hope I may call you that. She gestures for you to take a seat and maybe enjoy some wine.
I will enjoy some wine.
I will sit down.
Yeah, sit down.
I'll pick a glass and grab a couple for Panda's character and Neko's character. Maybe pouring too much.
She gives you the adequate time to, remove the cork from a bottle, and pour out some glasses and take a moment to sip while she just watches you patiently from under the darkness of the cowl of the hood of her robes. Once it appears you've got your drinks ready, you've had a sip, she leans forward in her seat. She clears her throat. I'm glad you've answered my summons and come. There's been a lot of talk afoot, and I'm sure you have many questions about this expedition I have prepared. I was an adventurer years ago, and I died once and was raised from the dead. I have since closed that door on that stage in my life, but there's been strange things happening to people who've lived a life like mine.
How so?
This curse that's on the land and affecting people, I'm sure you've heard of, it has struck me. I don't know how much longer I'll last before I perish, but the clerics and priests of the land have no help to offer. They're stymied by what's happening.
And what exactly is it you want us to do?
Find out more information about this. My contacts in the Harpers have learned that the cause of death, this curse, is a necromantic artifact called the Soulmonger. According to the Harpers' sources, this artifact is located somewhere in Chalt.
Can you tell us a little bit about what exactly happens to those who have been resurrected? Do they just drop, or?
I'm withering away. Every day I grow more wary, and others have died and cannot be returned.
Okay. I'll just quietly look at my glass of wine for pretty much the remainder, thinking.
Do you have any idea what this necromantic artifact would be? Other than, of course, in Chop.
What was the last thing you said, dear?
Oh, I'm sorry. Where exactly do you think that would be other than in Chol? Do you have any specific locations or clues of its whereabouts?
No. Chalt itself is a large peninsula ringed with mountains and choked with rainforests. Charting it has been difficult. Working from dozens of charts, logbooks, and explorers' journals, I've assembled everything I know about the current state of Chalt into one map. I'll provide it to you if you undertake my mission, but beyond that, it's hard to ascertain.
Well, I need to know more, so I accept.
What do we get out of doing this?
I promise each of you who agree to take this one powerful magic item delivered upon successful completion of this quest. I can assure you too, you will find enough treasure in Chalt to make you rich as kings.
That sounds... This area was getting a little old to me anyway. I was looking for some new scenery, so sounds fantastic.
Money is not that important, but
Oh,
magic license sounds very interesting, and it'd be quite interesting to study that. So. I'll accept you.
She points at you, Panda. What about you? You look a little pale. Are you feeling well? Are you feeling unwell too?
I feel unwell every day.
Same.
Oh, God.
Same.
Oh boy. How do we know we'll get our reward since you're dying? Are you gonna pass them on?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
God damn.
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
You do feel what she's telling you is genuine. You get a good sense of it, and in response to, you know, you're pursuing her, this questioning. There's only, I feel time is limited. I don't know how much longer I have, but I think what's at stake, a bigger picture, is going to happen sooner than I'll depart. I was once a wizard of no small power. I can hold on.
I don't know if I missed this as a player, or if I didn't, then I'll ask your name. I don't believe we caught it. I could have just missed it.
Syndra Sylvain.
Do we know anything of a person by this name? Oh.
Go ahead and make a history check, Neko.
Can I make one as well, since I have proficiency in it?
You can assist her.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I hate that.
Well, no, I assisted you, so it's a 16.
You have advantage, so
Okay.
you have actually. It reinforces what she told you. You don't know anything specifically, but the name rings a bell, and you think you've actually heard the name Archmage Sylvain before.
Huh.
Okay, well, I guess my last question is something that you mentioned briefly. The Harpers. Can you tell us a little bit about them? Will they be able to assist us in this? Or are they just info gatherers and an outside source?
Yes, when you're all ready to depart, I will teleport us to the major, the only city, Port Nyanzaru. I've been there several times before, so we can get there safely. But once there, I'll stay with a contact and friend named Wakanga Otamu. He's one of the several merchant princes who rule the city.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've already packed everything I own, so I'm good to go whenever. I don't know if my new compatriots have anything that they need to do before we leave.
No, I'm fairly ready myself.
Then I have nothing to wait for.
Then we should make haste. Despite her condition and her ailment, she still is able to stand up in her chair rather quickly, and she begins to make preparations. She beckons you forward as she goes through the motions, and forming a circle with herself completing the point, gesturing for you all just to make contact, touching someone's shoulders or holding hands. She finishes a teleport spell, and within no time, your presence or your being inside this room, the smell of the fireplace and all the maps, it vanishes. And as quickly as it's gone, you feel the humidity, the warmth of the sun, a smell of salt water and spices and herbs fill your nose, And just like that, you've appeared in a tropical city with bright colors and an array of other vast differences from a moment where you were before. And I'm going to pass over to PD and Laz. Give me 1 second.
Did they appear in front of us?
No, give me 1 second here. Just
Oh,
get my
okay.
bearings. PD, Laz. Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
Laz, how do you say your character's name?
Vetus.
And PD, you're Irk.
Eric.
Eric?
Oh dear God.
Eric.
No.
Eric.
Okay, Eric and Vetus.
No.
You have just completed your travels on the road together. You've appeared in a tropical city under the blazing sun. The familiar sounds of a harbor fill your ears, but there's also the creaking ropes, the slapping waves, and heavy barrels rolling across the cobblestone roads. They mingle and intertwine with voices shouting and cursing, all in unfamiliar language filled with clinks, inhalations, sing-songy words that make it almost sound musical. The air is filled with an aroma of unfamiliar spices and tropical fruits mixed with the dockside smells of fish, tar, and even canvas. Beyond all that, as you look throughout the city of Port Nyanzaru, it's just an explosion of color. Buildings are painted in bright shades of blue, green, orange, and salmon pink. Maybe some of their walls, some buildings, they're adorned with murals portraying giant reptiles and mythical heroes. Every building sports baskets, clay urns hanging from underneath the windows, and they're full of colorful flowers or draped in leafy, flowering vines. There are minstrels in bright clothing, many of which who are cat people, adorned with feathers and shells, and they're performing on street corners and doing, almost like circus performances. Throughout the city, you see there's multicolored pennants and sun awnings flutter atop the various city walls and districts as they split them. You come across a crowd of children dressed in feathered hats and capes as they race past you, squealing in delighted terror as a street performer costumed as a big-toothed lizard stomps and roars behind them. The whole city seems to be just bustling, sweating, laughing, swearing, and singing. As you are making your way through, there is a feeling or a sensation in the air. You come around the bend, there's a small section as you go up a few steps, and it goes into a small courtyard with a fountain that's just full of clean looking water. Little almost goldfish are swimming around it. It's peaceful and empty, and you feel for a second, Eric, the feathers on your body stand up for a second, and within the moment that you notice this, 4 figures just emerge from thin air and appear right in front of you as you are greeted with a pale-ish looking humanoid. Well, I mean, actually, it'd be almost better to hear the descriptions from the other 3, but you do see among them the frail-looking woman with like a dark cloak draped over her, as well as the other 3. Do you guys want to take a moment to kind of describe yourselves?
Okay. I'll start then. I look like a shorter Caucasian, brown-haired woman with a little bit of armor on and a backpack, who just seems very plain with a warm smile. It's not just impressively average.
Before he stands a young-looking tabaxi who's now surveying the area with a pair of green eyes, his slitted pupils following anything that moves. She is coated in black fur, which is now standing on edge from her travels. And she looks around a little horrified at her new location, but overall pretty good. But still with a hand on her rapier.
Yeah, I'm looking very mundane, just with a hood over my head. You can kind of see like these black charred skin on my right side. Just white skin, brown haired, brown eyes. Just lacking interest in the current situation.
The moment to glance at these people who've just appeared at the thin air, you see wherever you teleported, you were dropped off in this fountain. There's almost like this small, courtyard area. But there are two curious-looking people in front of you. There's a, for lack of better terms, there's a birdman and a fishman. You guys want to go ahead and kind of describe your characters? Maybe what's on you, what you look like, etc.
Sure. So I'm just a.
I'm just a.
I gotta go.
He realized he couldn't breathe on
Are
that.
you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Alright.
I'm just kind of a rather tall fish man, very buff, blue skin, as you would handle, and I'm dressed mostly in this heavy chain armor.
When you say,
Is that?
I was gonna say, when you say tall, about how tall?
That'd be 6 foot.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. And that's basically easy description.
I'm a bird person with very white feathers, but with the red and green spots on the head. Wearing light leather armor and a quarterstaff. About 5 feet. Very short.
Oh.
But rather tall for my race.
Is it, would it be wise to put up a tokens really quick so everybody could get, like, a proper view of kind of how we expect we look? Or,
Yeah, that'd be great. Do you guys have tokens or?
yeah, I think so.
You should.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. I'm not stopping you.
Oh, do we?
How do I do that?
I made tokens for everyone.
Okay.
Did you not set yours to your character?
I unfortunately don't think it's on here.
I got you. Hold on.
Let's
I
go.
set mine, but I don't know how to put it on the thing.
Drag and drop.
Yeah, you just click your
Oh.
name and... I got you. I'm gonna send it to you.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Oh shit,
Jesus Christ.
Oh, we have
he's a big
this
boy.
one again.
Did one thing you want to do is set it as your token in your character sheet.
I did.
Okay.
Nice.
Then if
Mm,
you
or-
click and drag your name, it should do it at the proper size.
Yeah, that's totally my fault. That's like the one thing I forgot. Sorry.
I'm sending it to you right now, so you can do it. Right, there you go.
Alright, just if you want to continue the narrative, Callie, I'll fix this while you do that if you want to.
Where's Droop?
shit.
Oh shit.
There he is.
Oh no!
Hey, hey, get away from me!
Back to the vengeance.
Oh fuck.
It doesn't actually look. That's good. That's great.
So that's very different from what I look like, actually. From what I described.
Alright.
That's a big old cat.
Yeah, when I drag it from my sheet, that's how big it is.
Well, no, you, like in your journal, not like before you
Yeah.
click your sheet. Like in the actual journal tab, before you click your sheet, you click the actual name to see your sheet, and you can drag that onto the map.
Drag the name?
Yeah,
Yes.
like above forward. Yeah,
Oh.
that's what you need to do.
This
So,
fucking
to be-
huge ass tobacco in
For
front of
reasons
you.
that'll be made clear a little later. Right now I am Caucasian, despite my token.
Got a really nice tan in the city.
Oh shit. What was that? So we have a bird and we have a cat.
That's
Oh
what-
yeah,
that's what
you're
that-
pretty
that's what
dead
that
at this
cat's doing
point.
right
There's
now,
also
basically.
there's also a
And we have a
fish.
fish.
Yeah. The cat's in the party, just like
Yeah, I'm just licking my lips, like my tail swishing
is-
back and forth, just like.
So this scene right here in her token is the second she came out of the TP and saw like breakfast and dinner.
Pretty nice. Alright,
What's
sweet.
reporting that?
Oh. Let's see. It's really hard. PD, you're like at the top, right? Beach yonder. Oh, okay, sweet. Actually, that's great. Oh, you were standing quite well right there.
Stop aiming for the heart, please.
No, stop fluttering around. Make it fast.
sorry, I was trying to change a keybind and I disabled my push to talk.
Oh,
So, all right, you guys have had the chance. You came out of the teleport, and the three of you, or four of you really, appear in front of the other two. The opportunity for you to even really assess who these two people who you just appeared in front of, or vice versa, the opportunity to even really react or say anything is broken. As a second later, you see a strange creature emerging from around one of the bends, moving quickly as there's a panicked looking person draped in like rags and just covered in filth, just running, screaming. They seem to be a bit panicked, but it's in a language you don't understand. It's a dark skinned person, just looks like a beggar. As they come around, going around the bend. What's up?
Looks like a what?
A beggar?
Oh.
This person is fleeing as two humanoids are in hot pursuit, like hobbling after it, snarling and trying to bite. The person sees you and your group, I mean, standing out a bit, their eyes go wide. They look back behind themselves as these creatures these two humanoid creatures are bearing down on him quickly. He decides to run towards you for protection. Not far away, coming around the bend, you realize there are two ghouls in hot pursuit of this person. I'm going to change to battle map.
Ooh.
So consider this the tutorial fight, and go ahead and put your tokens down.
Cool. Time you know.
Someone has a duplicate.
Twins, Basil.
Oh shit! All right. I have no idea. There we go.
just to make sure, there's no audio playing, right?
There's.
No, it just ended.
Oh, it did?
Oh, I haven't
think
heard
so.
audio this
Yeah, there's
whole
something playing for me.
What?
There is for me.
Done for me.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
time. Nice! Crikey!
The default volume on that one was a little loud.
You don't say.
Weird, not for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit different for everyone. Alright, do you guys remember how to do initiative?
I do.
Fuck. Oh, okay.
I have to load up my sheet first, though.
I forgot to.
Oh my god. Oh shit.
Some of you guys definitely rolled it before the turn order was up.
Mine's
So
a
you-
three.
You can change mine to 7. I forgot to.
Jesus Christ! I asked you if you knew how to do it, not to do it. I just asked you. Fucking Simon Says, guy. All right.
Oh shit! Hold on, I gotta
Oh,
select
okay.
I gotta select my token first.
Golly.
There we go. That should be a 3.
All right. Did I get everyone's right? Someone's missing. Someone doesn't have a name. Why do you not have a name, Neko?
Excuse me? I'm in there.
According to my thing, nobody has a name except for like if you look on the stream, nobody has a name.
Okay.
And then on my screen, only I have a name. So I don't know what
Same,
that
I
is.
have a name.
Also, I'm in the turn order already.
Yeah, it's Laz. Or add yourself to the
Yeah,
turn
excuse
order.
me,
You have
yeah.
to click. You have to click your on the map. You have to click your token first, and then press the initiative button.
Oh, okay.
I think I know why. So I need to change something in roll 20.
So that should be a 21.
Yeah. That's still pretty good. Holy shit. Nice going,
You can
Miles.
just click the number and change it to 21.
Did anyone see an extra person now in the order?
No.
No?
Looks like it's just us.
I meant like an extra name.
Nice.
No.
No.
No, I see no names.
And we can only, I assume, see our own names. Which is weird.
I
I
can't
never remember
even
seeing
see
that,
that.
having that issue before.
Did we have that? Yeah, we never had that issue before, did we?
No, we didn't.
No.
Yeah, I just want to probably work out some kinks. Who are you? That's Neko's. Okay.
And then I do not hear music right now.
I do.
You do?
I just
Mhm.
want it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe it.
Please don't. Again. Oh. Now it's gone. Oh,
PD left.
Okay. I
Yep,
can
he
hear
left. Oh, he's back.
Check and see if reloading might help.
I
Just
can
use
hear
it.
it now.
Did I get everyone's initiative right?
No, last is a 21.
Ah.
Other than that, I think so, yeah.
Mine's
I rolled again just to get my
Oh,
number.
it is 7, yeah. Panda's a 7. Yeah, that looks good.
Oh, excuse me.
So one thing I realize I need to figure out is how to do like character sheets or like actions. I don't know if there's like attacks I roll off the tokens.
Oh,
That's like
so I can actually possibly help you with that because I have. So you're using like the pre-generated character sheets and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So let me load up mine real quick because I had to fuck with that during campaign because I bought the monsters manual.
Oh, I actually found it.
Oh,
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Damn. Still not better than Laz.
It's better than like everybody else too.
Fast ghoulies.
I don't know if this is too early to ask, but have we been informed regarding death rolls? Do they function the same? Oh.
You haven't heard anything?
Alright.
No, mind you, this is just existing as sort of like a demo battle, but these ghouls in the opposite side of this courtyard are running right towards you as there was a humanoid. I'll add that token in a second. Basically, this poor beggar person was fleeing them as they're being... these ghouls were chasing after him.
Alright.
Laz, you're up. They're like running right at you, effectively.
Okay. Oh, they're down there.
Yep.
Okay. So first noob question, how many spaces do I get to go?
You asking about your movement?
Yeah.
Your speed is whatever's on your
30.
sheet. It's probably 30, so each square is 5.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. And I can pass through people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can pass through allies.
Right. Okay.
You can also, I didn't have a chance to talk with you about this, but you can, if you can't reach them in this example, you can take the dodge or, like, defensive, which is the dodge stance. So if anything attacks you, you have advantage. Or they have disadvantage. If you're not going to attack.
I don't think I can attack.
So that's something you may consider doing.
Okay.
So you've used your movement. You used your full movement. You still have an action.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to just close the gap, you can use double your movement as dash. That's an action where you basically, as dash as an action. There's several actions. There's obviously your regular stuff like attacking and your abilities, but if you also want to do disengage, it means you use your movement without provoking opportunity attack. You have dodge, which is an action where anything that attacks you will attack at disadvantage. You have dash, which doubles your movement. So if you're trying to get closer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you would still be 5 away even with a full double movement. But if you're just trying to get close and stay defensive, that'd be fine. If you want to get as close as possible, they'll be really close to you.
I think I'll stay defensive. Just gonna stick with everybody.
Okay. So yeah, you're going to be using the dodge action. Does that sound right?
Okay. Is it do I click anything or do you just note that?
Just note that.
Okay.
Alright, well I accidentally deleted the ghouls from the turn order. I'm going to add them back.
Good
Alright.
fight.
There.
Well, that's a victory.
Oh,
Yeah,
what I don't... Oh, there we go. Do you have the
You
songs
alright?
in repeat? So I think that's what's happening, is they just play once and then they die.
I got it.
Yeah.
Definitely taking this opportunity now that like we're actually playing to acclimate myself
This is so
with
weird.
roll
hearing
20
this
again.
I hear this and I just hear critical roll.
You know it's from Pillars of Eternity, right?
Yeah. But this is what they used in like the first season.
Yeah.
Like, religiously, so all I hear is that.
Oh, I lost the character sheet again. No.
No.
There it is. Okay, there's gotta be a way to like attack it or something. No, it's not the right sheet though. That's all right. I got what I need to work with. So the ghouls are gonna go ahead and use their movement. It's gonna move up 1, and it's closing the gap. Basically, it gets as close as it can on a full movement.
Okay.
But because this thing is pretty mindless, it wants to get to you as fast as possible. It's actually gonna take the dash action. Same thing. These both dash to get to you. So they're effectively like this, and that'll end their turn. PD?
Oh boy. I think I'm gonna use Produce Flame and cast it at the right one.
So yeah, you basically summon fire in your hand and you're...
Throw it at it.
That hits. That's a grand. That's a you doink it right between the eyes as you just throw like a little ball of like flaming pitch at it.
Ooh.
Okay.
What?
What?
I tried to click for produce flames to see what that would do, and it does that.
She summons the dark ones.
She starts speaking in tongues.
Roll for damage.
Should have done that, but apparently not.
Whoops.
Yeah, actually,
This is all testing out for all of us.
I don't actually remember how to do that. Like, I don't see it really anywhere in my sheet.
The
You
little
just-
box under it should show up and show the damage.
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but you have to, when you click it, you have to make sure it's set, like, in its settings, it has an attack, not a spell card. That's where you add the damage and stuff.
oh, that's...
So right now it's
Despite
just a spell card.
Yeah, despite throwing the fire and hitting it like right on, it's just by the time it gets to it, the strength of the fire almost diminishes. So you end up just singeing its forehead a little bit as it just continues to lumber forward, preparing to attack Laz's character. But you did 1 point of damage.
Yay. But question is, does it take the spellcasting in?
Excuse me?
Does it take whatever it is? Spellcasting ability? Like
You
my plus
can't-
5?
You can't say, does it take whatever?
Oh, yeah, I was wondering.
If you're asking me a question, you need to be more specific.
Yeah. Like it has the plus 5 next to it. Like that does anything or not.
What are you talking about? +5 what? What is your question?
No, that produce flame +5 is to hit, it adds +5.
You mean when you rolled your 24, you're asking about the +5?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you rolled a natural 19.
Say that. Yeah, you rolled a 19, but the +5 is 2 from your proficiency bonus and 3 from your modifier. That's why it says +5.
Okay.
You can't roll a 24. There's not 24 sides on the d20.
No,
Yet.
I know that.
Yeah. So whatever produce flame says for the damage, I'm assuming it's just 1d8, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was plus 5 to the attack damage or not. That's the real question.
No, that's not what that's for. That's for you to hit only. Some spells will say you can add your proficiency bonus to your modifier or other stuff, but unless it says it explicitly, it doesn't. Is it for you? Do you still have your movement and probably a bonus action?
And I probably... 5 feet short. Yay.
Can I ask which ghoul they attacked?
Yeah, that one. PD?
Yeah, I was 5 feet short. Fuck. So it didn't take anything. And I fucked up.
Oh, you mean you were too far away to even use it?
Yeah.
Well, you can move 1 forward. You could have done that. It's fine.
We're not that strict.
Test battle, test battle.
Or he didn't roll enough to hit me.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Neko, you are up.
Yeah, I am gonna dash. Oh, no, I'm gonna dash. I'm gonna run down here. And I want to attack the ghoul to the left of me.
You're gonna
Okay.
go ahead. You're rushing in, and okay. So you're stabbing
Yeah.
it with your rapier. Okay.
Yeah. Also, I'm having the same problem as P. How do we do this?
What's your what do you mean?
Look
The
at it,
attack.
Look at your Discord, I sent it to you.
Alright.
Oh, you mean asking how to make it show your damage? I have
Yeah,
no idea.
I'll just like roll 1d8 now and plus
Yeah,
the
you
free
just do it
piercing.
manually.
So.
I'm having a hard time finding the sheet after I found it the first time for my ghoul.
Yeah, so that's 4 plus free piercing, and then I want to use sneak attack.
So I'm not sure you can use sneak attack because you don't have advantage.
I do, because there's another player 5 feet to it, right?
Next to it. Okay, I thought maybe it had to be next to you for a second. Okay, my mistake. So yeah, you can totally sneak attack that.
Okay, so that's 1d6. Alright,
So that 1d4 or that 4 you rolled first, that should have been +3, right?
Yes, so it's 9 overall.
You could have added that in manually.
Alright.
Like, you see how I did 1d8?
Oh, okay, sweet. Yeah, I hope to fix it before like the next turn, so.
So you did 9 points of damage. So you basically quickly step your way in, and as the ghoul is preparing to attack Laz's character, preparing to attack Vetus, you basically you get in there with your rapier and you stab it under its right forearm and get it up in the ribs, pulling it out, just putting like a big hole along its side as it pops out the back, coming along its spine, and it's looking hurt.
Okay.
Definitely put a good chunk into it.
Alright, and then I'd like to use my bonus action to disengage, which gives me like 30 feet of movement. So I'm gonna disengage back up here.
All right.
That's gonna be the end of my turn.
Panda.
I'm gonna do a quick gallop towards this lad. Now I'm gonna clothesline him while I'm running towards him.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
Just an 11. So you rolled a 6, right?
6.
That's not going to be a yeah. Well,
Right.
6 to +5. So you do not have advantage on this attack. So an 11. You get up to it and you're trying to basically get in there and just grab on the thing. As you are about to hit it and latch onto it, it's shaking its arms as it's going right for Vetus, and you're not able to make you're not able to make contact with it. It like basically shakes you off.
Alright, as a bonus action, I'm just gonna whack him in the back of the head. God damn it.
Same result.
Right.
This time,
Yeah.
it's almost like he's one-handedly keeping you back. The ghoul's just like swinging its right arm at you. You can see the big hole under its side now that the tabaxi just stabs. It's like batting you away.
This is what I get for being under 6 feet. Just holding me by the head, pushing me back. Come on, let me hit you.
He's
Alright, I'm gonna take my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna get behind this one. And then at this one, I'm going to cast Chilling Touch on it. Which is... Where's my sheet? It is right here. So 14 on this one. And it didn't show the damage, which is cool and good.
14 will hit.
Alright, so that is just a, I believe it is a 1d8 straight. Ooh.
I forgot she was back there.
Okay. She's coming in next.
She's
So-
just been watching. She's holding her action.
Yeah. So that's 8 damage to this ghoul.
The one that's been getting okay.
Yeah, the one that's
so
getting
yeah.
throttled.
So yeah, you actually had advantage on that, but nonetheless.
Well, not the one near me, the further one from me.
Okay.
Because this is my ranged spell.
Gotcha. Yeah, chill touch.
And then
It's
also...
misleading when it's called touch, but it has 120 foot
Yeah.
rate like range.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the whole
Cool.
meme about it is that a skeletal hand comes out and grabs onto the back of this ghoul. And then while it's holding on to it, it can't regain hit points, and since I hit it and it's undead, it has disadvantage on attacks against me.
Yeah, you hit it and you did 8 points of damage. It's looking pretty badly wounded. And what was the last thing you said about the spell?
If it tries to attack me, it has disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because it is undead. Yeah, and it can't gain HP.
All right. It's looking pretty badly wounded. Yeah, I mean, you from the distance, you like extend your hand out. You know, you watch as like this spectral or like ghostly hand comes at it, and the ghoul's body trembles or like shivers almost in agony. It seems to be like the weight of its body. It's like shaking a bit as it's having a hard time almost keeping itself standing up. Is that it for you?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's it for me.
All right, then that'll end this round. And it's going to go back to the top of the turn order. It's going to go back to Vetus.
All right. I wanted to ask. Well, first of all, we discussed it, but I took a longsword. I don't think I actually told you that.
Okay, so that's. So did you literally have a longsword?
What do you mean?
Is it literally a longsword, or are you talking about the reflavor we discussed?
Literally a longsword.
Perfect. Okay. Carry on.
Okay. And I guess okay. So I'm gonna attack the guy on the left, and I will also.
That's the unwounded ghoul.
Yes. And I'll also use Divine Smite. But do I choose that when it hits?
You only have to decide after you know it hits.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, so you don't have to declare it first. So it will hit, so now you can do that.
Okay. Then I'll use Divine Smite. Which it says 1d8 against undead or fiends. Is he an undead, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that would be a 3d8. 3d8 extra damage.
So you can write that in.
So, wait 1 second. How do I roll my original damage with the sword? Or do we already know it?
After this, we'll have a workshop where we get everybody's attacks so that they show the damage, but you write a roll 1d6 plus whatever the modifier is.
1d8 is the longsword, plus your
1d8.
modifier for strength, which I think for you is plus 4. So, just for the longsword itself, you should roll 1d8 plus 4.
Okay.
That's
then...
good. So, as you close the gap, the ghoul that was preparing to attack you, with your shield back, you just swing at it, just a big slash with your longsword. You put just a wide gash straight across it, just horizontally. Already it's looking wounded.
Yeah.
And then with divine energy coming out from your sword, you watch as the sword glows just ever so slightly. And go ahead and then you roll the smite damage.
Jesus Christ.
You one-shot the ghoul as your sword swing slices across its chest, and in doing so, as you release the magical energy, its top half just basically flops over as you just cleave it in half.
Cool.
Holy shit.
So, but you use one of your spell slots to do that.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, okay, now what's the spell I thought that was just his attack.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's level 2, what is happening?
That's the bread and
That's
butter
paladins.
of paladins. So that's
That
what
is-
they do.
Yeah.
Okay,
Single
okay.
target
That's what I
burst.
did before.
Single target burst damage is paladins MO.
I'll be keeping track of slots and stuff on D&D Beyond. My sheet there.
Yeah, whatever works.
It's easier there.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'll be doing too.
All right, so that was your action.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Do you have a bonus action?
Uh,
In D&D
no.
Beyond, you can literally click the bonus action button, and you'll see.
Oh, where's that?
So under actions, there's all attack, action, bonus action.
Oh, okay.
So you can click that and see if there's anything. I don't think there is.
Hold on, let me see. No, it's just 2-weapon fighting, which I have a shield, so.
Okay.
So
All right,
that's it
so
for me.
the ghoul, which I removed from the turn order when I killed the one, the other one that's remaining, although looking really wounded, is going to go ahead and go. It's going to go ahead and attack Panda.
I'd like to reaction protection.
So you impose disadvantage, right, as a protection?
Yes.
Okay, so after just cutting the other one in half, as it's lunging at, as it just jumps up and is lunging at,
Whatever his name.
roll 20, Descresceno? Hello?
Despacito.
Just say Des.
Des? Alright, I like that. This is lunging at Des. Yeah. This is lunging at Des. Vitas is able to take his shield and basically you like extend your shield arm out, as far as you can and kind of bop the thing as it's making its attack. So it's trying to bite you, Panda. Actually, no, it's reaching out and it's trying to claw at you. Same diff. Trying to figure out how to roll on. Yeah, okay. So not even close with disadvantage. I mean, 8. It barely makes its way in. It's just scratching pathetically. Like one hand, like barely slaps across your chest. It's not even enough to get through like your clothes.
Why does it have disadvantage?
Because
the protection reaction.
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, he's basically proficient with the shield, so he can like slap guys away if they're
Gotcha,
nearby.
gotcha. Sorry.
Then that'll go ahead and end the ghoul's turn, and it's going to go to Eric.
Eric. I'm gonna use Produce Flame and cast it again. Hopefully it goes better this time.
That'll hit.
A little 4. And I have nothing else.
You produce your little 4 produce flame, throw this ball of fire at the ghoul as it's getting reeled back and coming in for a secondary attack. And as the fire connects on it, you watch as it covers its body. Ghoul barely left standing in the condition it was last seen. The fire is enough to burn away as it rotten skin. The smell just fills everyone's nostrils around it. This disgusting, like acrid, just stench. It flails for a moment and just slaps on the ground, and is quite dead.
Sweet. Without it meaning anything really, can I really quickly try to rapier?
Did you just rape her?
Rapier?
Rapier.
You want to rape?
Rapier?
What are you trying to do? What do you want to do?
Oh, I just wanted to see if it worked, and it doesn't. Okay, sorry.
Because it didn't work last time.
Oh, I know, but I tried to change it up. Yeah, that's what happens if you click that. You're welcome, all of you.
Suddenly we all start speaking in tongues.
Oh, shit. Oh, so that's how. Okay, so you click the rapier, and nobody else can click it, but if you click your own thing, it'll give you the attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's really useful, to be honest.
Now I get it.
Huh.
I'm a genius.
I like it.
And so then if I click my own?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
look
click
at
your
that,
web.
there it is.
Yeah,
Interesting.
look at that.
So what did I
Shoots
actually
the dog.
roll?
Dogs.
Now I'm curious what I actually rolled on my Chilling Touch. Oh, the same.
We
So
go back.
what I got?
It was a 4. When the Kali
Okay.
clicked it, it was a 4.
No, a zebra.
Oh my god. Zebra's no magic.
Oh shit! Zebra.
The last of the ghouls hits the ground as the dark-skinned, foreign-looking beggar just looks up and was like hiding behind the Archmage woman this entire time. She was just basically leaning against the stone facade. As the battle ends and you kind of take a moment to look around, you know, as quickly as it started, it's over. In her raspy, sort of haggard voice, just, I knew you could do it. You seem to be skilled enough. Dangerous place Chalton the lands are, as you can see. I must be getting to see my contacts soon. If you need to find me, as I pull up my page again to get ready. Here we go. Okay. Wait. Fuck. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, Callie. Like, it's the first session. No worries. Like, everybody's getting into the jam.
I'm sorry.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Oh no, that's so bad. No.
Oh no.
That's arguably worse.
Ah, shit.
God damn it.
What's nice is that some of the people and the names in these sheets, you can click them and they like take you over to someone else. So it's like going through Wikipedia.
Oh, neat.
But no, Syndra, she says, I'll be staying with a friend, the merchant prince I told you about. If you have any questions, you can find me at his home. She stands up straight a bit and prepares to walk off, and gives you one last look back over her shoulder as she takes one step away. Just if you have any questions.
No. I wanna
She starts walking.
Yeah, I wanna take a quick look around. See, like, what the situation is. Are there people? Is there, like, terror in the streets because of these ghouls, or...
Give me 1 second.
Yep.
Ooh.
What? What happened?
We can see all the NPCs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not. Oh, I don't know why that happened.
Whoops.
It doesn't matter.
What was that dinosaur?
That was a lot of intro.
What dinosaur?
Dinosaurs. I don't know what you're talking about.
There are no dinosaurs in Chult.
Hmm.
The turn order. It's time to fuck.
Is that a fucking Oddworld, like, character in there?
I can't believe that Bone Man's getting sucked into the Legend of the Hidden Temple.
Fastest hot dog shooter in the Northwest. Probably the world.
Can't believe his mouth.
You are in a bit of a secluded area, but as you take a moment to look around, it isn't hard for you to realize, with the still quivering looking person, the beggar, who at this point, as Syndra walks away, he's just looking at the five of you now, just like shaking a little bit. When one of you makes eye contact for a second, he puts his hand out, just like expecting something. Gives you like this little like impish grin.
Can I do an insight check to see if he was a part of that, like a ruse, or was that a setup?
You think it was part of a scam. Go ahead and make an insight check with advantage.
Alright, let me load my sheet.
Ooh.
Oh fuck.
This person looks mentally unwell, and they seem to be absolutely covered in filth, head to toe. He smiles, and his teeth are just gray and black and look awful. You see he has a horrible case of gingivitis.
Daily reminder.
Just looks really terrible. You get no impression that he was involved in. It seems like it was probably about to be snacked on by some monsters.
Is there, speaking of those, is there anything left of the ghouls? Can I see that?
Their bodies are still there. One's been cut in half, and the other one's been burnt and stabbed.
Can I go search them?
They are completely naked, but yes.
Oh, okay. Do you want to check for that? Or,
Are you checking the ghoul
make a
wallet?
ghoul check?
Check for pieces.
Are you like gonna dig inside their naked bodies? Is that what you're asking?
Oh no! If there's nothing on it that looks like on the outside of anything, I think I'm good. I don't need to.
There's a coin in there, correct?
No.
So, you asked about looking around the city. The place, the sights and sounds are definitely very foreign. As you look down one of the lower levels of where you basically teleported in, which is right around here. Did you get that?
Yes, I saw it.
Oh, okay, up there.
If one of you wanted to drop a marker, that's
Okay.
fine. Keep it in that general area.
I'll drop it.
But as you look around the streets, you see there are medium and large dinosaurs being used as beasts of burden to haul two-wheeled carts down the streets, or they're being used almost like pulleys. They're being used to hoist heavy loads on cranes.
Interesting.
Oh.
All around you, and like I said, the walls, the buildings, they have potted plants hanging. There's ivy, there's vines. In some of the buildings, as you look around, you see there's canals and water wheels being used. Very human in this region, but there's flowers and plants and vines are just growing everywhere, seeming to spring out of buildings and roots and come out of buildings or even coming like underneath the tile roofs. You're along one of the defensive city walls, and you see they're all topped with colorful awnings, and you see there's people even patrolling along the section, and they're just basically getting protection from the day's sun. The streets that you're looking around are all paved, so it is a pretty civilized area. They have cobblestones or flagstones, and on either end of the street that you see down below there are 2-foot wide gutters on each end.
Ooh.
But you're kind of up in like a secluded area. Do you wish to head down to the streets and get a better advantage of everything? Kind of go and move about the hustle and bustle?
Yeah, I want to, real quick, I just want to pick out a random, kind of like nondescript female from the crowd. Just like look at it, get a sense of what it looks like.
Okay, I'd say you probably have to move down to get a better
Yeah.
closer view of some of the folks.
That'll be my prime objective, but that's what I want to do. So, I guess I'll move more towards the hustle and bustle.
Can I quick ask if we're with them at this point?
Oh, you guys, yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
You're
Okay. Just being sure.
This would be before I even like introduce myself to them. Like my first priority
Oh,
is to move towards
Okay.
the hustle and bustle. In fact, I may even split from the group and just say I'll be right back.
okay. What are you doing?
I just want to go walk still at a distance. I just want to find like a female or something, or a nondescript male. Ideally, because I already have the token made, a female, and just, if I can, try to duck into an alley and take the form of it. This is away from the group.
Do we actually know that you're a changeling?
You don't yet.
Okay.
You will very soon. Do not worry.
Yeah.
So like.
Okay, I mean, it doesn't take with no difficulty. I mean, you make
Yeah.
your way down the city streets. People don't seem to pay you any heed, despite maybe standing out a little bit. But I mean, you're able to get a look at most of the folks. They are darker skinned, suntanned, and a lot of people wear brightly colored clothes.
Alright, I'm assuming my clothes are pretty drab or whatever. If I have like my token, I'll take a yellow scarf out of like my would my disguise kit have something like that? Like a yellow piece of fabric?
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I mean, to
I'll-
give you a quick
yeah.
description of what like a Cholton is, they're dark skin, black hair, and have like a. How much is this? The majority of the people milling about seem to dress in light, colorful clothing. This is pretty common for like a tropical climate.
All right. All right. I don't want to spend. I don't want to take.
Whoa, Jesus, dude.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, I'll just go there, take the duck into an alley, take the form of one, and then return back to the group. Like they'll see me wearing the same clothes, but a completely different person.
Huh. That's
And
new.
so I'll just say, "Don't worry, guys. It's still me. It's just a little thing I do. Don't worry about it." But I don't think we got your names. Thank you for your assistance in that ordeal. I'm talking to Laz and PD's character. I'm Ruse, R-U-Z. And you may be.
Eric de Akora. Whatever it's called.
Eric Okra.
Yes.
Eric, nice to meet you.
It's
Name's
Eric.
Vetus. Happy to meet you too.
Ah, Vetus. Shake your hand.
I shake your hand violently.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. I almost fall over.
I don't notice that you're possibly in pain.
Was anybody hurt under the attack?
No.
No? Alright.
I'm hurting every day.
Oh boy.
I don't want to talk to that guy.
Yeah, we have an echelon amendment.
But, I guess, where to? Group, or actually, I want to ask, to Laz and PD, just them both together, Eric and Vetus. What brings you to Chult? What's, it's not every day you find someone willing to help you take down a ghoul in the middle of a city street. All right. Good answer.
Hold on, no.
God damn it.
Yes.
All right. Well, man of
All right.
few words.
All right, great role playing, guys.
I'm trying
There you
here,
go.
please.
Hold on.
I beg you.
Oh. I'm actually trying to think about it, unfortunately.
Man, you look like you're in deep thought, friend.
It's the best. What? Sorry.
No, please. I cannot interrupt you. I don't want to stall this any longer. Please go ahead. I beg you.
I met my friend here about a week ago, and we had been told by some travelers about this beautiful city, and I felt like I just had to see it.
Ah,
And really, it's much better than he ever could have explained to me.
I mean, I agree. It is a very colorful city, much more colorful.
Absolutely beautiful. There's nothing like this where I'm from.
This is my first time in such a big city,
Well,
so it's very different
I'm
from.
glad we're sharing the experience together.
Did you
We
have
are.
any business here of any sort, or did you just come here to sightsee?
It's all sightseeing for me.
all right. Well, clearly not, because you got a little bit more than the standard tourist fare, I imagine. Ghoul encounters don't happen on any tour I've been on. Not that I've been on any.
Neither have I.
Same
Laughs.
here.
But we have some business to attend to. If you want to pal around, I don't see why not. Could always use an extra hand or two. Maybe we could show you something in this town. Well, it's a city actually, so maybe we can show you something in Nyanzuru that you wouldn't have gotten to see otherwise.
Have you been before?
Sure.
You've been here before.
Sure.
Can I roll an insight check on that?
I was waiting for that.
Sure.
It's a sure question mark.
Oh, you blind.
Nope.
You must be the mayor.
I don't
For all
come.
I know, he might be the tour guide.
I don't come here very often, but
I think Shenmue is like, are there any sailors here?
So you just teleport in now and then. Is that right? Laughs again.
Oh no, it is good, lads.
Lads, I
Don't worry,
fucking
but
love
that's
you.
just sweet.
Laughs again.
It's like a really old
Oh, I
LP.
love you. That's so good.
Yeah.
No, actually, it's been a long time since I've been here, so pardon me if my memory's a little, stymied. But let's re-explore this city together. Me for you don't know how many time, and you for the first time.
Sounds good.
Sounds like an excellent plan.
All right. And now,
Do you mind if I maybe follow behind in the sky?
in disguise?
In the sky, above ground.
I will. I think that's a
It's
very.
just like the crowds.
I think that may be. Would that be seen as odd in this city? Are there many things in the sky? Do I have to do a
Not if you
perception?
have wings.
But I'm saying I don't know if there are too many Aarakocra, and I don't know if
Oh,
our business is not one that we really want to draw too much attention to our clown fest that we've kind of got going on right now.
I hear you.
Hold up.
I'll stay right here then,
But
Perfectly normal.
on the ground.
we're clearly perfectly normal with two races that you may be the first I've ever seen. I've never seen I don't even know what your race is. I'm talking to you, Les.
I get that a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is unfortunate.
Not too many people have heard of our glorious race.
That race is.
Yes, sorry, the Triton.
Oh,
Protectors of the Sea, though you've never heard of us.
excellent.
I think I've ate one of your races before.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Lux basically picks up at like hearing this kind of race. You've never really seen one in real life, and she's very interested to get like a closer look and study them.
This is actually really interesting for me, and I make due note to copy every detail of his look down for later reference.
Noted.
Scribbling in scribbling book.
Nope, just in my old memory bank. But yeah, let's not hang around this ghoul stand for too much longer, because I don't really want to be here when anybody asks what happened, because I honestly don't know.
And I dislike the stench.
Alright.
All right, well, I think we have business with. I think speaking with the priests in the area or finding a temple or something would probably be very wise for our endeavor, and it's probably something you would love to see. Does that sound like a good idea, squad?
Yeah, let's. Well, where would that be? You've been here before, right?
The way.
Oh, it's been quite a while, and sometimes the cities and places change. You know, it's been many years. So let me let's go head towards the populace, blend in real natural like with ourselves. Does anybody have the ability to, I don't want to be rude, but the ability to not look like how they do?
I think that's just you.
It's not me.
Got a
Oh.
owl that can hide my face.
Why don't you put that on, friend?
I already got it on.
I'm
Callie,
ashamed to hide myself.
Yes.
how much do I stand out here? There's other tabaxi in the city, right? But
Yes.
none of which looks like me.
No, the tabaxi are all, as you look around, the majority of the ones you see are actually seem to be performers or minstrels as they're going around singing, mostly in songs and just like entertaining different people. But no, they all are rather leopard print looking. I guess it's not really print when you're actually a leopard. But they are not
Well,
black
they are
cats.
printed.
Alright, yeah, I'll
Instrument.
put a little closer over my face.
Would you ask Panda what kind of instruments you're playing?
A horn.
No, they're actually a majority. Predominantly, they're all playing string instruments, and you see they're all using their claws as like picks.
Want to do a
Oh.
pee break real quick?
They're doing like classical gas. One walks by and just do 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 do. Yeah, go pee.
Alright,
Alright,
thanks. Just really
I'll
quick.
go.
Yeah.
have a pee real quick too.
let's go.
I was planning on doing an actual break in 6 minutes, but that's okay.
Wait.
We'll cut the break right now. I'll see everybody in 5 to 10 minutes. We should probably just say 10 minutes. No, wait, no. What do you guys think? 5 or 10 minutes?
Only 5 minutes.
Okay. Found 5-minute break music.
I should have played the Jeopardy one instead. This works.
We'll pee right back. Ah.
I'm back.
Alrighty, I am back with provisions. Oh god, what the fuck? What is this music?
Check out the stream.
Oh no. That's scary. It is all black for me. It is offline. Do we have like
Are you looking at Beezus?
yeah.
No,
No,
it's
it's something else.
Wizards and Weeaboos.
Oh shit, oh fuck. Okay, never mind. I don't know.
Also, I was just legitimately thinking about why we were there.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just having fun with it, I figured.
Yeah, no, I know.
Fucking idiot. I'm like, what do you mean? That will work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking
Eric.
trash, baby.
Eric.
I'm just gonna like cough up a
Eric.
hairball. I'm gonna like cough up a hairball every time. Ugh.
Eric.
Yeah, I can't roll my R's. No, it,
Uh,
No.
yeah.
I guess it comes with the Nordic languages.
Now you're just Eric, dude.
Oh, damn.
Just rolling down the hill.
So are we missing Panda? Is it? Looks so.
Oh my god. I didn't realize Thompson and Voker went 0-12-5.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they got
The
fucked up
actual
while we were.
Jesus Christ. And then game 3 went to
there it
LGD
is.
as well. Looks like it may be an LGD.
Be a Chinese year.
I mean, I don't have anything. Like, I like FY. I'd
I
rather
wasn't
OG
saying anything
win.
bad. I was just saying
I really want No Tail to win.
it's gonna follow the trend.
No Tail went 217. Oh, God. But he had 12 assists, so, like, there was some clear sacrifice. They're probably just banning Spectre every single time, because I don't think Anna loses.
It's that dude eating.
Ugh. Nervous for our boys.
Aren't we all here?
Callie may not be right now.
No.
Hey everyone, welcome back.
Hello back.
I'm Dad.
Hey, back.
So when we last left off, the five of you were standing around figuring out what to do. Ruse came back and looked like a different person, and there were some discussions about how you feel in the area. Lux, this humidity is really doing. It's making your fur very frizzy.
Ugh. Huh? It has to be sacrifices, right?
What would you guys like to do?
Well, I
I
guess
wanna-
we're
I
heading
wanna-
to the nearest.
Yeah,
go
like
ahead.
temple or whatever.
Mhm.
So you're looking for a temple?
If we can look for a temple or something real quick, just nearby the area.
It's,
I'm following these guys.
just to fill in. This is to look for the thing we were supposed to look for, right? Or to ask in about it, or
I'm sticking with Flydis.
Bruce.
I'm
This
sticking
is-
with my pal Vidis.
We're going to the chapels
You
and
said
such to
Vitus.
ask out
You
for
buff.
the item we're supposed to look for, right? That's what you're going.
I mean, like, we need to get some information because we only know a couple things. We only know the artifact that we're looking for. We don't know where it is. All we know is it's in this region. So we need more information. And since this is a thing that's affecting resurrected persons, probably those who resurrect have the good first place to look. That's,
Can I? Oh, sorry.
No, that's
Can I
just
lean
my-
in real quick? To you, and I'm just gonna like whisper like, I understand that we three know each other, but we have no idea who these two people are. They could be a part of this. I don't think we should speak so lightly of it quite yet.
I don't know. I'll just say back to you on like in an equally hushed tone. It's like I they've proven themselves in a fight, and I think that if we can entice them to join us in the search of this artifact, I think that would probably be to our benefit, especially when they haven't been promised anything.
I'd still be careful, but let's simply head there for now and see how it goes. I'll keep an eye on them. I fall kind of behind the group to keep an eye on everybody.
You guys planning on just wandering down the street, or because you really don't know where you're at? You're gonna need to get directions or get your bearings or ask.
Yeah, I wanted to head towards where like the group of people are and just find someone on the side that I can ask real quick, like, hey, what's the largest temple in this city? Like, I wanna ask the people.
So you approach the first person and start speaking to them, and it's someone who, yeah, dark skin. They look at you for a second and look a bit shocked, and for a second they start to respond in a language or a dialect you don't understand. Just, and this is a dark-haired woman. Her hair is tied in dreadlocks. She looks to be just a commoner going about her business, and
Okay, I wanna.
So,
Okay, go on.
Oh, you are looking for the Temple of Sabra?
Yes.
I'll keep heading. You want to keep heading east. Go into Merchant's Ward. Ping. As I ping right now.
Okay.
Ping.
All right.
I feel like I hear something.
I'll look back to my group to make it look as if I'm speaking common for my friends and say thank you very much, and we'll proceed on.
You make your way through the city, and you come to about the central area here. There seems to be some sort of market as you approach. The section throughout here seems to be mostly used for trading of jewels and other like gemstones. The business here, you can see it's got a rich supply of jewels, but there's also some other like rare-looking luxury items that are being traded here as you pass through. There's a high number of guards posting about, or various people have hired security. Those of you not local to this area, you notice it seems nobody really around here. Even the guards wear armor just due to the heat and humidity. They do have rather unique looking shields that they carry.
Is there any specific symbols on them or anything that would tie them together? Or
Go ahead and make a perception check.
yes. I see everything.
Nice. Give me a second here. I'm just trying to go through my various pages and get sort of acclimated.
Alright, take your time.
Might be having a hard time on coming up with basically what stands out uniquely about the shields. If I'm remembering correctly, they're made of almost like something chitinous, like a big shell. But more than that, some of them, besides having spears, also have unique-looking weapons. Something you've never seen before, but it's some sort of like melee weapon that consists of a 3-foot wooden shaft with a sometimes metal or sometimes stone blade that's almost a 1.5 feet long. And the way they hold it, it almost seems, based on your perception, you get the impression that it could be thrown as well as like fought with like a spear. So it's almost like a spear, but like different. It's rather strange.
Alright.
Oh, I hate that weapon. The name of it is fucking dumb.
What?
Oh no, that was Corey saying that weapon itself is like fucking stupid.
You know what it is?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Corey knows what it is. My character won't.
Well, I'm talking to Corey, so could you answer the question? You said yeah. How do you know?
Because I played in a campaign that somebody had what you are describing. It is a.
Ah.
Oh gosh, what is it called? It's got a really dumb name. Oh, it's like a half spear.
Yeah, it's a weird weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the last campaign I was in, somebody specifically had that one. Or, no, it's in the campaign I'm in right now, actually. Somebody has that as their weapon. What the fuck is it called? But, anyway, sorry. We can go on.
No, keep telling us about it, man.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Why don't we talk about your game?
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
if we must.
So yeah, you're passing through the jewel market. It seems there's a lot of guards watching people as you continue through. You don't want to stop and do anything. You make your way further along the street. The way this ward where the temple is, it's on a higher level. So end up kind of following along the northward wall.
Mm-hmm.
And you arrive at the temple after about maybe 10 minutes walking, pushing your way, past people, still passing occasionally. There's like, dinosaurs being used as like workhorses or, beast of burden, basically. A lot of the people you pass are selling various things. There's different sections. You can smell like real exotic herbs and spices, and for even 2 minutes, you are passing through some buildings, and a light mist, just a tiny bit of rain begins to pour down. Nobody really seems to notice. And as quickly as it comes, it just fades away. You arrive at the temple, and I should probably put some music on. So this building was described to you as the Temple of Sabra. This is a rather large structure. It seems to be in this particular region. This is the largest building here. One second. The building, the roof of it seems to be shaped fully circular, and it seems to have some sort of resemblance, almost like an eyeball at the top. It's hard to really make out the details from where you are, but this building is pretty easily discernible as definitely one of the oldest and grandest in the entirety of the city.
Okay.
Seems to be pretty busy and occupied by people coming and going, but seems to be open to the public.
Okay. I'd like to just walk in, just as one of the people, not paying much mind to the people behind me.
What is everyone else doing?
I like to wait to see what everybody else says.
We are admiring street performers as they perform.
You're staying outside?
I feel like we haven't even noticed that he went in.
No.
We're kind of distracted by people performing on the streets.
I'll follow Beast, but I'd like to, if I can, keep an eye on him for as long as possible.
I'll stay like right outside, just keeping an eye on these two, so they don't
Alright,
get lost.
yeah.
Fucking die.
What is Anna? What's your character called again? That was a long name.
Call me Des.
Alright.
Desmond.
I realize Des is keeping an eye on him, and I nod to him, and I follow. Race.
Okay. It's an opportunity to chew, so I'm finished chewing.
Hell yeah. Get
Chomp.
that chew. That chomp. Get a crunch in there.
This temple,
What the fuck?
seems to be a little different. You as you make your way through it. Are you proficient in religion,
No, I am not.
Ruse? And I assume you are not either, Lux.
No. That's like one of the things I'm not.
I was Pepe Hands. I was. No, I'm not anymore.
Damn.
New and improved.
You
Okay, go on. Sorry.
make your way through the temple. Was there a particular area or anything you're looking for or doing? Like,
I'm look as soon as I go in.
I assume?
Well, if there's a head priest that's like not giving an active sermon, like I don't want to disrupt the, like whatever's going on. But my objective is to go in here and try to speak to the highest level person that I can. Whether
so
it's
you're beelining for like the most important looking person.
yeah,
in the
that's
place.
not actively doing something. I don't want to
Okay.
interrupt.
Fair enough. The place is laid out. You're able to get a good enough vibe and kind of follow the telltale signs of where someone in charge might be. It doesn't take you long to go down one hallway and through a large-looking chamber where it seems there is like a cloistered section. But instead of like pews or rows or benches, this sermon area is actually occupied with wooden desks to have paper and like ink wells and pens and other things decorating them. Still lined out in rows and columns with a head altar or desk at the opposite end facing towards the would-be sermon. In this room there is a magnificent large glass dome at the top, and as you look up you see it's occupied with the symbol or the visage of an eyeball. Just seems with its drawn in and sculpted pupil just straight forward, almost like it's looking straight up into the sky or straight down.
Okay.
But at the far end of the room, it seems there is a rather important looking figure. 1 second. This is a dark-skinned, although halfling man. Seems to be wearing, robes of importance. And when you see him, he is in the midst. You can hear this and watch it, especially from like the gesticulation from him and other people. A heated conversation with 3 human men of northern-looking origin, not local here. They seem to be basically almost like grilling him or asking intently about something. And they're asking questions back and forth, and he's waving his hand and kind of, saying, "I don't know where this person is. I have no idea what's going on." And they're back and forth, just like, "We think you do something." "Well, I don't." And continuing this heated conversation as you walk into the room. It does not seem to be friendly, but not quite hostile.
Okay.
Can I put a hand on Grace's shoulder really quick to like kind of hold her in a pace, just like we should probably stand back and listen to that.
Wait,
It
you're
seems
asking-
interesting.
Oh, yeah. It's,
Wait, you can do that. Yeah, you don't have to ask me.
yeah.
Just say you do it.
Yeah. I don't disagree. I do want to. I don't want to just dive in to this situation without knowing anything. So I'll sit back and maybe within a. Is there a way that I can like listen in, like eavesdrop, without being noticed? Do you think? Like just be on the door or something?
If you're trying to get close and trying to listen, you can make a stealth check and a perception check.
Ooh.
Can I blessing myself?
I don't know.
Let me check that real quick.
Oh, blessing the trickster? No, you cannot.
Okay. Well, I'll just try to. Actually, no.
Do you want
I'm
me,
just gonna. Wait, what?
Oh no, you look like you want to go over there. Do you want me to, I might have a better chance.
This is true.
You're welcome to go, I just wanted to ask.
Alright. All I ask is, I'll try my best to listen from over here. If you're gonna go in closer to take a listen, I'm gonna be watching you. And if things start to get a little aggressive, I want you to put up a hand signal, just anything, and then I'll come in.
Alright. Callie.
Before you do that though, I'm gonna
Yes.
pat you on the shoulder and do this for you. I thought I heard you sneeze, so I thought I would bless you.
Oh, wait, hold up.
Oh,
Also, Callie, the situation, can I get, like, a layout of the room? Like, what am I seeing? Where are these people at?
I did already describe that.
Okay, well,
They're by the desk, or...
They're basically, if you think of it, I mean, if you want very specific, like, I'd say they're 100, maybe like 65, 70 feet away. But the room is like laid out like a very church-like way, and then instead of pews, there are just like writing desks with wooden chairs or stools pulled up tightly. They're not occupied, but they're laid out in rows and columns with ways to, you know, walk across them horizontally to get to your desk, or, you know, go parallel or vertical and make it towards the end. But there's like desks everywhere occupying it. It's very well lit. There's torches. I mean, layout wise, nothing really stands out specifically. It's just there's desks occupying it like there would be if there was like benches.
Alright. Then I'd like to sneak up, like, keeping closer to the wall, and if I can, like, obscured a little by the desks, and I'd like to move a little closer.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a stealth check. 23. That's really good. No one, no one seems to notice as you continue to get closer. You're within range now. You could try to make, if you're trying to listen in, I assume.
Yes.
So you can make a perception check, or you could try to continue to get closer. And, you know, if you're real close, you might have a better chance. Depends how greedy you want to be. You feel like now you could probably listen in pretty well. But if you want to like have like 100%, you're gonna have to get closer.
Do we still have advantage after this?
It's for
an hour.
Is it for an hour? I thought it was 1 minute.
Oh, I'm greedy. Greedy is worth it.
Oh my god,
For
1 hour.
hour.
Jesus Christ.
Easy clap.
You watch as you're peeking your head out from the doorway, Ruse. You watch as Lux gets low and just like silently, just like crawls along the stone, like getting behind desks. And you're like, all right, she made it. And you watch as she keeps going, still slithering, staying low, and basically gets like real close, like practically within like 10 feet of them. Like it looks like they should be able to see her, but for all intents and purposes, she's just totally out of sight. Staying real low. And go ahead and make a perception check with advantage, Neko.
Oh, I wanted to last like 10 feet, but no, I'm kidding.
I mean, you would be.
There you go.
Well, you just got a 20. So. You hear these men are arguing with the head priests. It seems they're looking for a man named Artis Kimber.
Artis Kimber?
They've come to this temple to see if they're saying, Grandfather Zatembe, cast your aid spell and help us in this search. And he's just, no, I would not do that. I refuse to help. And they're offering him, one of them pulls out this shiny, brilliant ruby and says, this fetch you 500 gold easy. I refuse. Get out of here. Shoo. And basically the conversation ends at this point, and you hear them mutter under your breath, like, we won't, the Zentarum won't forget this. And the thugs turn on their heels and start to walk out. And as you just lay low, they don't spot you at all, but they're walking out. They're heading towards the doorway.
Alright.
Can I look back at like Rose to see where she's at in this situation? Is she like out of their viewpoint or?
I'm
yeah.
peeking in through the door, and if I see them like walking in, as soon as they walk out, I want to walk in.
You're so far back, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. You're just gonna do one of those like, whoop, fancy seeing you here.
Oh, well, just like I'll try to open the door as they're opening. Excuse me.
Well, it's not a door; it's just a doorway. But you're like, I said, like,
just
you're pretty,
after you.
You're pretty far back. You're like
Yeah.
at the opposite end of this room.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and make a deception check.
Okay.
Critical one.
Deception check.
Well, you were preparing it. Go ahead and make it with advantage. I mean, you were expecting to do this. You were waiting. So 17. You walk in. They look and like they kind of poise and these three thuggish looking guys. They seem to be pretty burly, pretty tough looking. You know. They kind of do that thing where like they get in your way and you kind of have to like move out of the way. Otherwise you get shoulder checked by them.
Yeah, I'll move out of their way clearly.
Because you're tiny.
Yeah.
All right. You just want to like you just walk by.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's it. They continue out the room, and within a moment, I mean, they're gone.
Really quickly, this is not too important, but changelings, they don't change their height, do they?
I do. I change to anything within the medium size.
Okay, I thought
So,
so. Okay,
if
so
I
you
wanted
wouldn't
to-
be tiny.
I am tiny. Like, I'm whatever size I approximated the person's identity is.
Oh, I thought.
So this is like
they
disguise self or with it.
Child.
Like the spells or whatever that change your appearance only can affect you plus or minus 1 foot. I can get as tall as like 7 feet if I need to.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
Callie, wow, you should probably get that looked over. No, sorry,
But,
go ahead.
but anyway, I'll walk in. And then I didn't catch the name, so I'll just call him Father. Like, Father, are you occupied?
So this head priest, this is just a, like I said, rather dark-skinned, dark-haired halfling. This man, as he looks towards you, he seems to be definitely in a bad mood, just a little irritated. And you asked him if he was busy?
I just ask him for a moment of his time. I won't keep him.
Yeah. Yes. What can I do for you? It's busy times.
Of course, we're all busy. I come on the. I don't know if this name would strike you or anything, but I'm here on search for an artifact that seems to be plaguing the lands. I don't know if the name Syndra Sylvain strikes you, but we've been requested to look for an artifact, and it seems to be getting or affecting those who have been resurrected. And my first thought was to gain some information, was to ask you about any information you may have in the assistance of this.
So, he seems to. Sorry.
It's all good.
Okay. He seems. His first reaction to mentioning this is almost like he scowls for a second. The death curse. People think it has anything to do with it here. Why? He's looking. Why are you asking me?
We've been taken to this area specifically because we've been told that the artifact in question is related to this region. Do you know anything of it?
No, I don't know anything of it, but what possibly makes you think it has anything to do with Chult or around here?
Can I insight check him to see if he's telling the truth about not knowing anything about the artifact?
Yeah, you bet. Of course.
Okay. Let me load that up.
Oh,
Yeah, he seems really stubborn. Doesn't seem to want to cooperate. Like he's kind of closed-minded.
Okay. So not so much that he doesn't know, but he doesn't want to.
Correct.
Okay. Well, we have some pretty reliable information that it is with this region. I know it may be difficult to believe, but I want to name drop the soulmonger and say we're looking for information on the soulmonger. Can you assist us? It would.
I've never heard of the soulmonger, but make a as he's looking at you, he's trying to make up his mind. Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Can't win them all.
yeah.
If you make a donation to the church, say 25 gold, I will consult the guides and can get you information within a day. About 24 hours.
Sorry, friend. That's not very pious in my mind of a priest who, especially to someone who's trying to rid a dark plague of this land. Are you sure there's no way we can negotiate this cost? I certainly wouldn't want more souls to be affected over a couple gold.
It has nothing to do with us.
All right.
You ask for charity but make no donations. You come into this temple. It is insulting.
The charity that I offer is my aid in dispelling this
Thugs,
curse.
all of you. There's first these cowed men in black, and then you show up and make demands. What?
Oh, I make no
what
demands.
do I-
I'm looking for assistance. If you don't help me,
I say no. Time is important. We have other things to find. This is not related here.
are you sure there's not something I can do outside that would be equivalent to 25 gold? Because I would love your assistance.
Bah! And he waves his hand and just kind of gives you a dismissing gesture and turns his back, and he seems to be walking. Basically
Okay.
walking off.
All right.
He's done with this conversation.
Yeah, I'm done with it too, and I'll just flick over to Lux and say, "All right, let's head out." Like I'll
Okay.
straight up call you out and just be like, "All right, let's go."
I peek my head from the side of the desk like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
that
still-
was
he's still
not
been, like,
the
lying on the
wisest
floor.
thing. Yeah. I look at him like, that was not the wisest thing to do, you know, but I hesitantly get up and I look towards the priest to make sure he's not too interested in finding out that I was here.
Has no idea.
Ah, sweet. Alright, fucking let's go.
All right, so we'll head back outside to Destracino and his pals.
Is
Alright.
there... Oh, no, no, actually. Fucking, go ahead.
What? You make it back outside. The three of them are having a bit of a powwow, and the five of you are reunited.
We'll talk later, you two.
I just
talked a bunch and got acquainted.
just clap my hands, approach the group, be like, "Well, that's why they call it fishing and not catching. There is no information here, and looks like we still got a case on our hands, Scoob. So, we need
Who is Scoob?
Scoob. It's a saying from where I'm from. Don't worry about it.
Let's see.
Where are you from?
You don't have to worry about it, but it's water deep.
Huh.
Hmm.
Alright,
What information were you trying to find?
That
we pull them a
depends.
little inside, maybe so we're not right at the door.
I figure we're off like to the side wherever they're
okay.
perched, or we're not standing in the doorway. But
okay.
that depends. This is on a need to know basis, and if you want to be need to know, looks like we may be palling around a little bit longer. If you're okay with that, then I don't mind sharing the information.
I thought the plan was to stick with you for a while. Wasn't that it?
I can show you the sites, but that doesn't invite you to the information that we have. But if you'd like to see a little bit more than Nyanzaru, then maybe this would be for your benefit.
Shouldn't hide secrets from friends, right?
Are you friends? We've just met you. That's very hard to say.
I think the important thing of friendship is that you allow secrets between friends because there's trust.
He looks a bit confused.
Seems like trust between us.
We did
We
also
were friends already, so
we did also meet today. I'm happy to be your friend, but let's not have a tell-all right now. What we need to do most importantly is get some information. If you are genuinely curious about what we're here for, I can let you in, but just so you know, that information stays with us. And if you try to run off with it, there may be consequences.
you can put your full trust in me. I would never run off with it.
Oh shit.
But if you feel uncomfortable,
Oh, I don't mind. All I simply need is your
perfectly
word.
fine to not do so.
I don't even need the insight check. I feel pretty confident that that Laz's character is being straightforward, but I'll do one anyway.
He's telling the truth.
Yeah. I'll look over at the bird. Eric? What do you say?
Well, it sounds good to share secrets, but I have nothing to really interest in sharing it with anyone else, since I have no one else to share it with.
Except me.
That sounds
Except him.
that sounds like a fantastic result for our squad as well. So why don't we shake on it and say we'll let you in on our secret and you lend us your strength moving forward, because I was very impressed.
Sounds like a good bargain to me.
All right.
By his
Secret
handshake,
power.
you realize he has an excess of strength.
Yeah, I will hesitate before shaking your hand, just like swallow it and be like, okay, this is coming again. Oh, fuck. And then I'll shake both hands and then...
Same as before.
Then, all right. So what we are here for, and I'll just explain that we're here for the Soulmonger, and explain basically there's the was it the death disease? I forget what it's specifically called. I didn't write it down, but basically anyone who's been resurrected starts to wither.
You
away.
haven't heard it referred to as a specific name. This has all been very vague.
Okay.
You only
Yeah.
so much. Yeah.
But yeah, I explained that to them, and so they're essentially caught up, and what we're looking for is information on where to start looking for this artifact. We figured the temple because it's affecting resurrections directly and those who are healed. So I guess our next step is to check out any mage societies or arcane societies in here, if there are any. But if anybody has a better idea, I'm all ears.
What the fuck is going on in the chat? I'm just seeing people flipping people off. Also, speaking of information, apparently the two hooded men were looking for somebody named Artis Kimber. and they were seemingly a part of some kind of group or organization called the Centaur. It could be if we could rid the priest of these hooded people that he'd be a little more inclined to help us out.
Coming from Waterdeep and having proficiency in history, would I know about the Zentarum?
You can make a history check.
Okay.
Is it Centarum or Centaur?
It's Zentarum.
Oh shit.
Nice.
He knows everything about.
Look, he will.
Corey and Ruse knows about the Zentarum.
Oh, I hear a bunch of fireworks. Oh shit. What's going on out there?
Also, as you tell me basically the general rundown of it, I seem pretty invested in helping this situation. Because it seems like something that'll seem to fuck up this beautiful world.
Ruse, you have heard of the Zentarum. They're definitely like a powerful faction or an organization in the world. Give me 1 second. You just get like the Wikipedia basically.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like a powerful mercenary sort of black market organization.
They're basically the Waterdeep
who-
Mafia, right?
No, well, not even from Waterdeep. They're much further in
Oh,
the
yeah,
northeast. But they're generally not. They're pretty malevolent people.
Yeah.
Mafia is fair to say, but not from Waterdeep. But they have, their tendrils and a little bit of everything. They're definitely like a major mover and shaker as far as like an organization as a whole, versus like a nation or like an army, an
Yeah.
organization across like the world.
Okay. Well, this priest is in some pretty bad it's in some pretty bad shit right now. And I feel like that may clutter what we're looking for. Though we could use this information as leverage if we wanted to talk again, because he did, for 25 gold, he did mention that he could possibly find some information on it. I'm pretty confident that we can find it for not 25 gold, because that's literally extortion. But if we want, I can go back in there and name drop that name and see what we can do to try and get information. Or we can start heading towards people who would know about artifacts for necromantic artifacts that are in the area that are actively plaguing the greater region. I'm not trying to make all the decisions for the group, so whatever we want to do as a squad, I'm happy to do. I'm fairly confident in my ability to persuade and deceive if need be.
Finding more information sounds good.
Right, yeah, that should work, surely.
She's been looking at a rat.
What? Huh?
Yeah, but
What do you mean? Lux is a little offended. She's like, of course I've been paying attention.
It's at this time a woman with robes similar to the ones you saw just from the temple that Ruse and Lux came from. She approaches the group like she's trying to keep a low profile, but comes up and just psst. And excuse me, I spotted the two of you going in and speaking to Grandfather Zatembe. I apologize. My name is Anit. Grandfather has too many other things on his mind, but he's given me permission to investigate some of the things going on. I believe you are also looking into with this death curse. I would like to accompany you on an expedition for safety. If you're heading through the region, trying to maybe find out more, I could help. I can provide my own food and supplies, and I want to be available to help and find a way to fix things if that's what you're looking for.
How is the death curse personally affecting you or a loved one with mesothelioma.
You have to.
No, but I'm sensing someone in your life whose name starts with the letter C. No, never mind. I heard you talking to the grandfather, and I believe I could help him make up his mind, and maybe he could help. But I will only talk to him if you agree to let me come with you.
I want to do, or anybody else can as well, the insight check to see if.
You can go ahead and do it.
I can do one.
I can help you.
But, I mean, it's a little metagamey when you're like, is anyone else helping me?
Well, the only reason I'm saying that is because like I don't want to be like I'm going to do the insight checks like if other people want to do it, because that's one of those things like when you're learning how to play, you don't think all the time to do insight checks. That's the only reason why I mentioned it like that. I don't mean so much help.
I don't believe you.
Okay. Well,
I believe.
yeah. I mean, a 24 is pretty. Oh my. 24? Natural 20?
There's nobody. So you don't want to count yours though, because you're going to let other people go, right?
Yeah. So who wants to do it?
We'll skip it.
Sure.
Oh, never mind.
I'm just passionately listening in. How about that? 3 natural 20s in a row.
Is it really? Holy shit. It isn't. You got an 18. Yeah, sorry. Alrighty.
Okay.
What the fuck?
So,
There's a monkey. This town has everything.
Eric, what were you wondering? What was on your mind, Eric?
What?
Why did you make an insight check?
Because he wanted to.
Was it because
I
bees?
didn't ask you.
Was it because bees said so?
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't even know why he made an insight check. So we're gonna go ahead and skip you.
Because the ape said in.
No, Jesus.
It's trying to say.
Where the ape said India.
Do you want me to just roll again?
Go ahead and make an insight check, please. I think you're the only one who's thinking about it.
Okay. But as a player, that's something you can consider doing. A 12.
So you said earlier, basically you were wondering if her intentions were genuine. Is that right?
Yeah, if she is genuinely interested in helping us relieve the death curse.
You get a good feeling. She seems to just really be like, she's like almost one step away from like wanting to grovel. She seems really into this to the point where it's just like whoa, what is your problem, lady? It's 2 feet of water.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm hungry for information right now, so I'll just bite at it and be like, that is extremely kind of you.
Is there anything like that stands out about her? Like anything? I don't know. It seems very lucky that this woman just shows up. I don't know. We can okay, well, let's just continue, please.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate letting me come. You have prepared expedition?
We are a bit prepared. We're just a bit lost right now.
Okay, if we talk to grandfather Zatembe, I can maybe see if he would want to help.
Okay, awesome. And then I'll take her immediately and like, let's go.
Back into the Temple of Sabra. She leads in and goes back into the central, basically like the main section where you had seen him earlier, like really the term for it, but like the main like sermon area. He's not there. So, he must be back in the back office, and she goes back, and she's gone for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
And comes back with a big beaming smile on her face. And he agreed to prepare ritual. He says we return in the mid-afternoon next day, and he will have more information.
Excellent. I'll return the smile and be like, that is beyond fantastic. And did I write down? I didn't actually. I probably wouldn't even, because I was just so hungry for information. I didn't catch. Oh no, we did get her name. Anute.
Anete.
Anete.
Inete.
How do you spell it?
Inete.
Inete. So.
Anete.
Aha. Okay, thank you.
So Anete, and I'll give her my name, Ruse, and I'm not gonna introduce anybody else.
I can give money for expedition. And she reaches like into her robes, and you immediately hear like a fat coin purse jingling, and she pulls it out, and she hands it to you, and she's like, you can tell she's like, huh! She hands it to you like real excitedly, and just hands you like a fat coin pouch.
My spidey senses are tingling, and like I'm very excited and very happy to, but
No need for money.
this is one of those situations that when it's too good to be true, you gotta question it.
She's holding it out. She's waiting for you to take it. She's.
Do
you need money for expedition? I want to help if I join team. I join expedition.
I'll push it back to her and say, that is extremely generous of you, and it will surely come in handy in the future. But let's speak to each other first before we get too indebted.
Okay. We talk. What would you like to know?
Let's go speak with the group, and we'll go walk outside, and then instead of just talking outside this temple forever, I want to ask her, like, if we're gonna be here tomorrow, where should we stay for tonight?
You need accommodations. She thinks for a second. Are you looking for a fun, good time, or a good night's sleep?
The latter, but I'm not opposed to the prior for a little bit.
As fun of a time as possible.
Okay. But we do need a place to sleep.
You make us feel good.
But I'm always down for a party.
Raucous fun time is if you find the thundering lizard. That's fun good, yes?
Oh, that's
Can we-
really depends
After fun
on
good, can we sleep
details.
at the Thundering Lizard?
You get good night's sleep if you go to. Oops, I lost my place. Fuck. And the fireworks are distracting me. Okay, here we go. Thundering Lizard is your raucous good time, and then or Kaya's House of Repose. That's where you get like some comfort and good sleepy times.
All right. How about we go to Kaya's first, get a room for the night, and then we can go find some fun good.
She says, "You want to look? Go to Red Bazaar. Have you been there before? Yes.
It's been a very long time. Why don't you escort us?
Well, I have to get ready and grab food and supplies, so I was going to prepare, but
Okay. Well, if you can point
travel-
us in the right direction, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Why,
wait.
why are you saying
Hold on, I gotta
Is that
zoom
a
out one
dialect
more time.
thing, or?
Yeah, can you do it one more time?
I was
Oh,
just
okay.
thinking the
I
map.
see it. Yep,
No,
I see
I
it.
do. I do.
Yep.
She's actually doing. She's pointing. She digs through your pockets and finds your map and starts just pointing.
Okay.
Updated my journal. Hey, I've updated your map.
I've updated your journal. Please take a look.
Updated my journal.
Also,
My journal.
can I ask
Yeah.
what she means by, like, what do you mean by fun, defund, or illicit? You did not explain what that entails.
I hope it.
Oh, you'll see.
I'll just start laughing and grab like Lux by the shoulder and be like, "Trust me, this is something we'll want to see."
I'll grab her by the other
Youngins.
shoulder. and Say likewise.
What? I'm sorry?
Yeah, so you've got two people shoulder and shoulder around
Forward,
you.
Down.
This is,
I look at
Can you guys... I take both of my hands, put them on, like, your hands, and I, like, move them off me.
it's alright. I'll go straight to Vitus and be like, tonight we party.
We can't get too hammered or whatever this fun entails. We have an expedition tomorrow after
Yes,
all.
let's
That's the
get
thing
too
to pay
hammered.
attention to.
I mean,
Let's just get going.
you're either living or you're dying, and I plan on living tonight.
Well, you'll die tomorrow in case you live too hard tonight. But
Okay.
that's up to you.
That's tomorrow's problem, not tonight's.
Oh boy, it's one of those, huh? Well,
Tomorrow. I
let's
don't
get
think that's
going.
bad.
That's probably the wisest thing to do now, to find a place to stay for the night, find fun, and the Red Bazaar.
Alright, so
Earth drinks are really a treat.
What? I heard none of that. Help.
So we'll let her run off to whatever she needs to do. Just tell her that like tomorrow morning you can definitely find us at the Kaya's House of Repose. And we will head towards Kaya's House of Repose. Make sure we get a room for the night. Just walk in, speak to him, discuss the pricing.
Okay, well, before you get there, then you have to make your way through the city.
Yeah. So we'll do that.
Do we want 5 separate rooms, or how are we doing this?
I am happy
It's
to
no
room.
worth.
I'm happy
Yeah,
to
yeah.
room.
Money.
Yeah, same.
I'm not one
I'm rooming
of
with my
many
favorite garden
coin.
buddy.
Making your way, you make it about a third of the way through the city, and you arrive about right here, number 6. Yeah, actually, I don't know if you can see the numbers.
Yeah.
Actually,
Okay.
What?
You come to a large open marketplace. It seems to be like one of like the major centers or like the beating hearts of Port Nyanzaru. This section seems to be filled with traders from up and down the Sword Coast, not just Choltons. But these people are here in this market, and they're trading. You see lots of wood, spices, and other, natural flora and fauna, different plants and fruits and other stuff. Even some like weird-looking large bones and shapes of enormous-looking lizards or pelts of exotic creatures, carved ivory and other things like large wooden carved in strange masks that are stacked almost like a totem pole, or carved like ivory little pieces in intricate like almost like spider web patterns, tropical feathers, fruits. You see monkeys climbing around on the tarps and tents. At one point you see a ginormous piece of meat that couldn't come from a creature any size you've ever seen, like on an enormous spit being spun. And this place seems to be alive and just full of bustles, and you see a pack of those cat folk minstrels just walking by, just strumming away. You guys see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just adding to the cacophony of the sounds, just colorful awnings. Again, just as you walk your way through, really protect you from the sun and, just everything around you. This market is just alive with anything. So if there's any shopping you want to do through here, if you need any like random supplies, you could probably pick something up. Otherwise, you can just make a beeline and keep continuing through.
I think I'm good.
I'm pretty dead focused.
Although I'm looking at every vendor, just giving them polite nods.
So no one wants to stop?
I would like to stop, actually.
What are you looking for?
Is there anything like magical item looking?
Just looking for happy fun time.
Yeah, my happy fun times.
I'll follow her. Just like it seeing that she stopped. Like I was gonna stop if anybody did, but I'm not specifically looking for anything.
All right, Neko, make a perception check. Or excuse me, an investigation check.
Yeah. Oh, also, speaking of that, why did I see Petey's character in my thingy?
Oh yeah, I can see it too.
You wanted an
I mean, we
investigation?
can't see his character sheet. We can just see him existing.
Yeah. Callie, did you want perception or investigation?
Investigation.
I see why I fucked up something. All right, you shouldn't be able to see it now. I want you to do an investigation.
Yes. There you go.
You're not able to find anything that indicates like any exotic or powerful magic weapons. You see there are like some
have to be
tents. Oh, I'm sorry, just anything magical.
Oh, right, yeah.
Anything that looks like there is like some fancy looking stuff. Like you might see some like fancy looking jewelry, but nothing that would really like stand out to you or be indicative or shows any signs that if it was a magical shop, if someone was like housing magical rings or necklaces, they wouldn't be hanging them off like, you know, by like the bulk. So no, you're not able to find anything here that gives you any indication that it looks magical. It's mostly a market of exotic stuff and a little bit of everything, but not like to that degree.
How about musical instruments? A lyre specifically.
You're able to find a place that sells string instruments.
Alright. Can I go over to the vendor and let's see here. Yeah.
No, you actually can't. You try to walk up to the vendor and there's a wall.
What the fuck? What is
Okay.
this magic? Yeah.
This particular person is in fact another tabaxi and gives you a curious look. But this one's like one of the leopard printed ones.
Hello. I see you have quite the assortment of lyres. What would the cost be for one of those?
Yes, let me consult my handbook. He checks his
You want me to help? Like, look on some of the other things? No. To speed it up? No?
It's literally whatever it costs in the player's handbook.
30 gold pieces.
What?
I just found it. Yep, it's 30 gold. For you, you're very pretty. I'll give you 29.
That's better in a bit, but this looks very interesting. I'll definitely take a look. I'll have to take a look at the other vendors first, though. But until then, I nod and I walk off a little peeved.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. What? No?
Nope, she's gone. Adios. I'm just following now.
What the fuck? Okay, don't say anything.
I was going to, but you're gone now, so.
Okay, sure. Then follow. Do whatever. I'm going back to the bird bun.
You guys all continuing along through the city?
Sure. Oh man.
Reminds me of Stalker. You continue through the market a little ways. The group of traveling tabaxi minstrels follows you a large portion. They seem to actually be intentionally following you, playing music.
Fucking thank you. I know I should have bought that lyre. Jesus.
So the minstrels are following us?
Yes.
Alright.
Is there anything that stands out about them? Lux is not very comfortable with them following like this.
I wanna pull Lux aside and ask her how much coin that she has on her right now.
That's very rude to ask a lady, but
Yeah, well, I may.
20 gold.
You have 20 gold. All right. I want to go talk to the minstrels that are following us real quick and hold out a gold piece and ask them if.
They stop playing when you approach.
Yeah. I want. I want to ask them about their instruments, just like remarking on how beautiful they are and whereabout they procured them and where we can find the best price for them. And I want to flash 1 gold piece at them, like give me the real deal.
Okay.
I'm not giving it to him. I'm flashing at him.
Yeah, make a persuasion check.
Yeah. Powerful.
The one minstrel who was playing rhythm, he tells you he bought his lyre at a lyre center.
The fucking guitar center. At Lyre Center. Can I ask him for how much it costs him? If he says 30 gold pieces, I swear to God.
31.
I think I was able to get it for I had to no interest down, but I had to pay but I had to pay 3 gold a month for 10 months.
What the fuck?
So 30 gold. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna tell him that wasn't very helpful, so I'll toss him a silver.
He goes like play like just like he just plays across like the 5 chords like.
Alright.
Ring.
A gold is what in silver?
100, right?
No, I know, but it's 10 silver pieces.
Oh, is it only? Jesus.
Yeah, so.
I will go over to Rose, like, thank you. That was kind of you.
You don't know what I did.
Yeah, what, don't I? Was I
Nope.
not watching you?
Nope, I did that in the down low.
That was not what you said. You just said you walked up to them, right?
Oh, I did. I didn't know you were paying. If you were paying attention, then sure.
Everybody was paying attention too, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah.
Thank you. To the assuming side that it was for me, which is,
I mean, I don't have any
Sometimes,
interest
but-
in playing it.
yeah. Well, thank you.
Okay.
Should we head over to the inn?
Yeah, we should.
Did Callie just fucking died, I think.
Uh-oh.
I gave up. No, I clicked the wrong thing. I clicked on
Oh,
the
okay.
parts. Said fuck it, I'm out of here.
Fucking all these Slayer people.
Alright, so we'll just head over to the market. Whatever the
Continue through the city.
Red Repose, we'll make our way to that.
Yeah.
Okay. So wait for everything to reload again for me. Oof. Alright, go ahead and move your tokens down that way. Or token, yeah.
Yeah. No need to put multiple on, to be honest, I think.
Sorry, I have to reload all my notes again, sorry.
No worries. Take your time.
Don't tell me what to do.
Oh, fuck you, bitch. Take your time.
Fuck you, Leatherhead.
Fuck you. Oh no, I gotta remember.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That scene is different now.
Yeah.
Okay, you recreated it.
We recreated me, Laz. We made an addition so Laz would lather himself in the background. Oh Jesus!
It looks so good too.
It's such a good video. All right, Callie, we're gonna make great videos when I visit you.
You gotta upload those pictures.
I do.
Daily reminder.
What kind of videos? Can we make money with them?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. What do you guys
Probably
make?
with the
Do
two
you
of
need a
us.
cameraman, woman?
No,
Right,
no,
ready.
we can get a tripod. That's fine. But between the two of us, we can probably make some money.
I'm cheaper than the
Nice.
tripod. Just use me.
Do you guys do a good parody of the "Oh shit, I'm sorry" video?
That'd be
It's
good.
just two of you guys.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we need a good
Oh, for what?
just get a dialogue going. Is that how you do that?
Oh dear, that's turned into a horse.
You can recreate the feeling really bloated today.
Oh no!
I don't know what you're talking about.
You guys get that handout?
Yep.
Nice.
Which is they for some reason they gave us a handout of 4 Choltons.
I'm still trying to find my locations.
Emails.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Oh,
Almost got it. All right, you've arrived at the Red Bazaar. This area, unlike the last market you came through, this area seems to deal heavily in like very durable-looking goods or luxury items. You see, it's also like the last place full of meat, but more like everyday or good quality, not like exotic per se. It's full of vegetables, still the tropical fruit, light tropical clothing. You pass one market shack or a stand that's got like little glass vials of something, and someone's got like a spray bottle and just like pss, pss, spraying it as you walk by. There's like netted hats and other household goods being sold at one place. You pass one general store that seems to be run all by gnomes. They have a bright orange sign that's painted out front, and it just says Gnome Depot.
fucking A.
Without much trouble, you are able to identify one of the larger looking establishments. You see there's a sign that's painted and has an enormous looking lizard on the front, and the name reads The Thundering Lizard. Even though it's like getting to be early evening now, it still seems to be like a hopping place, and like maybe supper is starting, but it already seems to be pretty, alive with kind of miscreants or roughabout sort of folk filling the exactly.
Gotcha.
I mean, it looks like fun right now, but I'm still on the prowl for where we can actually spend the night. Just get the night first, and then we go party.
So you're gonna keep looking.
I'll agree.
You want to try to find Kaya's house of repose.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. You take about half an hour to wander through this portion of the market district, but you are able to eventually, through process elimination, the 5 of you meandering about are able to identify and spot it. It doesn't take a trained eye to tell that Kaya's house is much nicer and quieter. And it's probably going to be more expensive, but certainly a lot comfier.
More expensive than what, the Thundering Lizard, or?
Yes.
Oh,
Wait, the Thundering Lizard or the
into?
Kia's house?
The Thundering Lizard I didn't even check to see if the Thundering Lizard has a place for us to stay.
I didn't think there was the inn. I thought there was a place to have quote-unquote fun, like a bar or something.
It's a tavern.
Oh, it's a tavern. Alright, well,
One's crazier and wilder, and one's comfier.
And more expensive. Alright, should we climb before deciding off the price of this establishment, or?
I mean, sure.
Alright, I walk into the building and try to find the nearest person who would most likely tell me about that.
I'll follow, but let her lead.
What are you doing?
I'd like to go walk into the inn or whatever it is and ask the person in charge or similar what the price would be to stay here for a night.
Okay. You walk in and see an older Charlton woman. She's standing there, just seems she's like polishing some like nice looking wine glasses that are decorating with some like very fancy looking bottles of maybe wine or some other liquor above like the bar sort of check-in area, like almost like a reception desk. She looks up and sees you and, oh, you are fine, dark tabaxi. Welcome, dearie. Welcome to Kaya's house. I'm Kaya.
Hello, Kaya. Thank you.
One gold a night for a stay here, with all accommodations included. Free jungle continental breakfast included.
Wait, really? God, I missed that so much.
Micro continental. It's just the island.
No, I understand. It's the times.
It's very good breakfast.
Oh, okay.
How many beds are in the room?
I go-
I'll pipe in and talk.
It's one bed, madame, but it's a big bed. Very nice.
Can I go sleep in the harbor? Is that a possibility?
Are you
Do
asking
you
the
want to do
DM?
that?
Are you asking the DM or are you?
Yeah, I'm asking the DM. I just
You
leave.
can sleep wherever you want.
I feel I could, while I have the chance, and while we're at the harbor.
We're not-
I mean, You're not really at the harbor. It's like
Yeah, we're beyond.
Yeah,
We're a little bit of a ways beyond the harbor because if you look at the map, there's like a giant wall between us and the harbor.
Yeah.
it's like it's like 1,000 feet away.
Oh,
Maybe
If,
like 700 feet away.
So
Kaya. No,
that's okay.
sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, Kaya.
Need be, I can do that. I guess I'll put up the suggestion. Nobody wants to be cramped in a room.
Yes,
mean,
yes, dearie.
If you had to give a guesstimate of how many people could fit in a single bed, what would that be?
If you're gonna do some weird stuff in this room, I say no. You go down to the Thundering Wizard. We do not want any weirdness. Too many people come through and have.
Please.
No room for you.
We understand that. That's not the intention.
I'd like to flip Kaya a gold coin and walk up to my room.
Are you in here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
all right, I'm
I'm
gonna wave and then follow up.
Yeah.
I look both at Kaya and my group is slowly dissipating, and I shrug my shoulders and follow them. Okay, Chiltons.
I go up to my room, lock the door.
I want to try to slip I want to try and slip my hand in. Be like, okay.
I take my feet stools and I pick the lock and I like barge in and lay in the bed.
Oh,
Smooth, right?
Hold on. What's Pete? What's Eric and Chi Chong doing? What's your name? Venus.
Beat it.
I'm gonna knock on. Wait,
I
is
forgot
it
your
one
name.
gold per room?
Yes.
Yep, we're getting one room per person.
Are we?
Are you?
It's up to you.
I'm gonna knock on Panda's door. Whatever it is.
Well, there's already 2 people outside the door who have frozen in time for the moment. So you're heading up there too?
Yeah.
Okay. Petey, what about you?
I'm gonna ask her if there's place on the rooftop for me to just perch on? Or if that is allowed.
No, you can't. You can't sleep on the roof.
No, can I sleep on the roof? I love this fucking party.
If you just want the room, you pay 1 gold. But dude, shoo, get out of here! Don't sleep on the roof. And she starts grabbing a broom from behind the counter, and she's just like whacking it.
Alright.
I'll get out.
Can I,
All right, back up. Meanwhile, upstairs, outside Panda's room.
People are outside.
I'm gonna slip an arm in, and with that arm, 5 silver drops out, because that's half a gold, and be like, hey, let me split this room with you.
I mean, are you gonna let him or Panda? Because you can. I'll make like a grapple check against his arm getting in the door if you want. It's a pretty frail arm.
It won't be hard.
I'll peek outside the little crack in the door. I'll kick the silver out. And then I unlock the door and I'll let him
Everyone in?
in. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh Jesus!
Yes.
This room's
the
full. As...
whole fucking it just comes up into the room.
Everyone get in.
Thank you.
Alright, I take my silver back. Okay.
Everyone's in the room then. Besides Eric, is that better?
Eric?
Okay, I can do that one. I'll do that.
I opened the
That's the
window
last
and
time
yelled
I've
for
ever
her to
come
come up
on.
to the window.
Eric is fine as well.
That is easier. All right, so you see your friend Didis leaning out. The windows don't really open. They like they hinge out. Like you can like kind of kick it out, but you have to like hold it in place and put it back.
Yeah, okay. Is it
Alright.
big, or can you not fit through there?
No, in fact, it's actually a window in a building like this would be smaller. So what this one has, it has a glass pane on the outside, but to get to that, it has almost like, you know, diamond shaped, like those thatched wooden shapes you see on like outdoor porches or like patios. It has like a wooden like section, so you're able to pull it off and then wedge the glass out. But it wouldn't be big enough for him to fly into.
Oh, okay.
Just take the stairs, dude.
You got kicked out, he can't take the stairs.
I walk down the stairs to go get him.
I ask if you will find a place alright outside.
I'm fine with being outside.
You should use like a bed
I
sheet
don't
or
like
something.
being confined in a room.
Pretend he's an old
Tell him
lady
if he
walking
feels
in.
lonely, he can knock on the window anytime.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna ask if I could share the bed and shrink myself down to the smallest size possible, which is the same form but 4 feet tall. And be like, I don't take up a lot of
What's
room.
the bed situation?
Because
I'm
she's
getting the
there's-
bed.
There's one very plush-looking queen bed in this room. Otherwise, there's like a small like armoire, a little dresser, you know, a nice like wash basin. There is like a silver pitcher. There's water in there already with some like, you know, mugs, standard chamber pot, a mirror, and there's some sconces. And on the dresser, there's like some candles and like a flint and steel, like a flintlock that you can, you know, produce flame if you want to light your torches. So it's pretty nice. It's definitely like a luxury room, but one big bed.
I just openly show him that I can shrink real tiny and just be like, come on, let me share the bed. I don't want to sleep on the floor. He doesn't know this, but I starfish when I sleep.
Ah!
What? I heard nothing.
I'm just like open arms, open legs in the middle of the night, spread eagle.
You do on me.
Yeah, I'm a spread eagle sleeper. He doesn't know this.
Spreading
Can I-
across the block.
Can I like curl up at the end of the bed or some shit?
get kicked out of my own bed?
No, I'm asking.
I'm small as fuck right now. I'm 4 feet.
My fur is nice and plush. You can use it for warmth.
Sleep at the feet.
Yeah, well, you can warm your fit. Actually, no, mind. Is it?
All right, I'm sleepy boy.
Wait, I thought we were gonna party.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Nope, I'm already asleep.
What the fuck is MC right?
What a disappointing night.
What are you doing, Callie?
Spread over eagle across the block.
Well, I mean, I guess the real question is, what time of day is it? Like, I assume it's closer to evening, but if it's not,
it's like 5:30.
oh,
yeah.
then it's not really time to go to bed yet. Shit.
No.
Yeah.
He rises.
All right, well, I'll zip back up to my 1 foot taller self, about 5 feet.
Haha, just kidding.
Aha, just kidding. Now that we have a bed spot, why don't we go check out the Thundering Lizard and see what we can get up to?
I'm going there.
There might be some good stuff too. Look
Look
up.
forward to it.
All right. Sorry, I thought it was later in the evening. Just zonk out.
PD?
Well, I'm still waiting outside, looking for a guard to ask.
You were looking. I did not hear you
Sadly.
earlier. What are you doing?
Standing outside the Kaya's place.
Okay. And
I was looking for a guard to ask if there was somewhere I could perch for the night. Do guard
okay.
things.
Doing for things.
Get a job, you
I mean-
fucking bum.
That's basically like the reaction you get. You try to talk to a guard, and at first, like, you realize that it's. You know, he talks to you and looks at you and tries to speak in native Cholton, and then it's just like, in common, tells you like, you can't sleep on the streets. You need to go inside. You know, basically like same thing. Like, yeah, get out of here, you bum, you goober.
Fucking good.
I'm gonna write that down, Goober. That's an interesting jolt thing.
I walk away defeated.
Oh
Fucking
shit.
poor bird. Squawking like very sadly.
But I take it our squad sans are heading towards the Thundering Lizard. Looking for that good time.
All right. You're heading back through this other part of the Red Bazaar, back to the Thundering Lizard. About halfway there, there's a small boy, like just a Cholton child, who's standing around and declaring and saying this now all in common. He's saying, basically like, "Listen up, everybody!
Oh God.
The dino races are tomorrow. Place bets and please get in line to participate or make money. Inquire for more information." He goes on to say, like, if you head back to the Grand Souk to get involved in the dinosaur races tomorrow at mid-morning.
Does anybody want to place bets on dinos?
I'm more interested in the greater treasure. I'm no stranger to
So am I, to be
gambling.
honest.
I'm no stranger to gambling, but I mean, I'm not super interested in the city. But I am interested in a good time right now.
Yeah, we need a happy fun time.
Yeah, we need some.
Alright. So let's go get Thunder Felicity.
Let's go get thunder clapped.
I'll tell the boy good luck with his bets. But follow the group.
I mean, he was like a crier. He was just
Yeah, a
talking
town
about-
crier or whatever.
I know, but
Instead,
I still wish him good luck.
Listen.
Good luck with finding people anyways.
Very rude.
Fuck yeah.
Alright, by this time now, the Thundering Lizard really is starting to thunder. This place is getting pretty raucous already at this time. It seems to be, way beyond fire code. There's people sloshing mugs of ale. Again, mostly local Chaltons, but there is a good mix of a little bit of everybody inside. You see, like I said, just a good mix of various races in here. And regular Chalton human folk, elves, dwarves. There's a halfling.
Right.
There's you see two tabaxis sitting together. Lots of interesting folks. Some don't even look as human as others. Like there's some. It's pretty weird. It's like going into the canteen at Mos Eisley. There's some things you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, so no one really seems to notice you specifically when you walk in, even though you guys are kind of strange, the majority of you. This is a good place for you to kind of blend in.
Right.
Do I see any valuables?
Do you see any value? Are you asking if there's like treasure
Yeah.
hanging from the ceiling?
No, do I see anybody with really fat coin on them,
There's
stupidly hanging off to the side?
There's people everywhere. I mean, you could really get in here and try to make a perception check. You want to go ahead and do that?
Wait, do I see?
Ah, that's loud.
Yeah.
Jesus!
How long has it been since? How long has it been since we've been in the chapel?
That was like maybe hour and a half ago.
Ah, shit. All right. I don't have that.
Back to you looking around. I mean, the place is so busy. It's really hard for you to ascertain like who has like big, fat, bulging pockets and who's just. You can't get like a good beat on anything specifically.
All right.
Can we spot a table?
The place is pretty packed. I mean, you could find like one of the larger, wider tables where you'd be like kind of pressed up against other people, like long bar tables almost. You can definitely find a spot.
Yeah. Okay.
But you'd be like pressed up with everyone else. There's not like a place that's just available for you.
Right. So do you think if we found a spot, we wouldn't find like 5 spots in a row? I think we just kind of be spread out.
You could do that. There's like, you ever been to like a big brew house or something where they have long tables throughout it?
Yeah.
There might be empty sections because the way groups are staggered. You can find the spot that's the 5 of you, but you'll be like intermingled between people on either side.
Okay.
That much of there won't be any like privacy per se.
I think I wouldn't be embarrassed going up to mingle with other people. So I think I'll just look for whatever spots are available.
There's like a section. There's one table that has spots that could squeeze the 5 of you.
Okay. I think I'll just start
equal sides.
heading towards there, whether or not my group follows me or not.
I'll follow.
Yeah, sure. I'll pivot after.
Is it just us 3 or who else followed? Everybody?
Has been denied in here again? No.
I'm just gonna be happy ordering drinks and whatever. Just like standard raucousness. No tricks or anything. Just a good time.
And since Rux has been here before, I'll be asking him about the local drinks. Is good.
I'll say
She's
this. I'll just tell you that this place is new since I've been here. It's been a while.
Right.
So, let's explore this place together, friend.
I just like a good meal. Meat.
You can sit
meat
down
and
as an
everything.
Aarakocra.
Big wings, big place.
The wings fold up, friend.
No.
No,
Are your wings just
constantly-
stuck outwards? So when you're walking through the streets, you're slapping people?
I grab you by the shoulders and sit you down next to me.
Oh,
Fucking the wings crack and shatter.
Oh shit!
No. He's stronger than that. I believe in him.
You could actually crack his wings.
You
They're
crack
hollow
and
bones.
shatter. This Thursday. How about food? How do I procure that? Do they go around to the tables? Do I go up to a bar? What do I do to get food?
Lux and I order a few drinks.
Okay.
I mean,
Cool.
just sitting down at the table, it seems that there are like people going around, mostly like women taking orders, and you know, kind of like the atypical like, serving wench will go around, and people are just flagging them down and yelling. The place is so loud and raucous, though, that like you kind of have to make yourself known to be noticed. Otherwise, the most like boisterous or just like colorful or rude or loud person is the one who can get the attention. But yeah, it seems people are just taking orders, and they're just coming up to you.
Alright. So,
Now, is there anything I can roll to make my voice heard by a waiter? I feel
No,
like I'm
you
pretty
can
loud in
just-
general, but
You can just yell if you want.
I'm gonna fucking yell.
Okay, I mean, there's like I said, there's like various women around here who can like take orders. So like, what do you got in mind?
As far as an order?
No, I mean like you're getting their attention. You're yelling. Are you just going ah? Like what do you?
Miss!
Okay.
asshole!
So you're just calling out to someone.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha. And you said you're just being as loud as possible. Yeah, everyone's like, they just kind of look over at you. Like one guy across the table, this like old-looking dwarf, kind of gives you like a, what the fuck, man? Like, why are you yelling at the top of your lungs? You get her attention, and she sees you, and she's just like rolls her eyes. She comes over your direction. The dwarf, who's like sitting like a couple seats down on the opposite end of the table, but the one you're at, looks kind of pissed and is looking at you all funny now.
I have a friend here who is hungry. Can you
oh,
offer us some meat?
While he's doing that, can I put my hand on a boy's shoulder and just look at the dwarf that's staring at him? I want to stare back.
I'm gonna mean mug him. Yeah, you bet.
Like you
Totally.
fuck around.
Who is this?
Some dwarf is giving Vitus the stank eye.
So,
Oh.
going back to you for a second, Laz, you said you just wanted to order dinner for the two of you?
Yeah, I'll ask Neko's character what she's hungry for.
yeah, meat.
Hardly taking my voice down, but kind of shouting into the whole.
I smile politely at the waiter and at the dwarf that's giving us quite a glare at as more of an excuse for my friend's manners, if anything. But meat if you have it, a lot of it.
So they
Give
got
us any meat you can carve.
mammoth steaks. They got chunks of mammoth steaks. It's a half pound of meat. You can get that, and it's 3 silver each.
All right,
That sounds beautiful.
I'm in.
All right, so 6 silver, and you can each get a meal.
Yeah, I free silver.
Okay. I don't
Alright.
actually know how much money I have.
I wanna go to the bathroom. And then while in the bathroom, I want to like turn into a male Cholton, like that looks as strong as possible. Like big muscles.
Yeah, I mean, there's a line to the bathroom, so like, you get in line and you end up waiting behind you end up waiting because I mean, I don't care. You end up waiting behind a Cholton woman. She's got her hair in dreads with like a couple of them hanging like sideburny with like some like beads and like up the sides and like big thick like brass or copper earrings. Her dreads though are like a good like red or almost like a chestnut brown color. But she's in front of you in the line. Then she goes in, and when she comes out, you know, she walks by and you head on in. I mean, there's someone waiting behind you though too. So when you go in there,
Okay.
are you still changing? You don't give a fuck?
I'm trying to hope that the person behind me wasn't paying too close attention because if they were like drinking a little bit and whatever, because I'm not changing like my total look. I'm just changing my muscle mass. So if
The
they
person
were,
behind you was like an orange tabaxi, like a man, tabaxi man. Like he was wearing like or actually this was a tabaxi woman. You were behind line. Surrounded by women, but this one was actually wearing like leather armor and was actually had an eye patch on her.
okay. Without rolling for it, I don't honestly know if I would have even noticed that.
I would say it's hard not to notice. It's just people around you.
Gotcha. Well, she doesn't look like someone that would like truly care. What I'm looking for is just to look like a more intimidating presence than what I currently am. So I was trying to look more average then. Now I'm trying to be more intimidating now, just like more muscular, more toned.
Okay.
And so like while I go to the bathroom, I come out and then suddenly I'm more ripped than I was. Not like stupidly, like I'm not like 8 feet tall now, but I look tough. Maybe add a couple scars if I can. Just look tougher and meaner.
You go in and change. You change your form.
And I pee. And then I come out and I'm alright. I'm a little tougher and gruffer looking. I make my way back to the table.
Not that I have anything against us continuing, but how long do we plan this session to be?
Plus or minus 15 minutes to 10, so we have 6 more minutes. I was really starting to try to wrap it up though. Just really trying to get started. Yeah.
Alright.
Do we want to end it on sleeping? Because we can.
That's
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
The night. I mean,
yeah. Just waiting to see if anything else came up. Otherwise, I was going to interject.
Alright.
yeah. I mean, I would just
Oh, that dwarf is giving
typical.
If there's nobody that looks like they have any interesting coinage
Yeah, so I'll come
that
back
would
to
be
the
easily pickpocketed, I'm good.
I'll come back to the table looking stronger and a little more battle worn.
Holy
fight a
shit.
monster
Oh,
shit in
it's,
the
uh,
bathroom.
And I'll just
Scars from
I just hit up my boy Des and be like, who's the one that's giving us foul looks?
I
seem
want
to be
to
oblivious to it.
point over to the dwarf, make sure he knows I'm pointing at him too.
Alright, I'm gonna
Just give him the eye. Like, it's that guy there.
alright, I'm gonna call him over. Des, I'm just gonna say, alright, let's go give him a talk real quick. And I wanna go approach the dwarf.
Okay.
Go up with him.
He's like 3 seats down, like across the table, catty corner. So like. you
Yeah,
have to
so I'm gonna get up and like get to his side like uncomfortably close.
Okay.
Me on the other side.
Just tap him on the
This-
shoulder. Hey. I see you
This dwarf looks really like rugged. He's got a big 3 scars going on at a 45-degree angle down his head, bald head, thick blonde beard with a big braid running down the middle, just a big fat nose. Just seems to be pretty old and just looks rather like haggard and just rough.
I take notice that you two got up, but I haven't done anything about it yet.
Oh, I've got 4 scars going on my head at a 55.
Your mic, dude. What happened? Jesus.
I've got 4 scars going down my head at a 55-degree angle.
Okay.
No, but
You okay?
I'm trying to look like rougher, maybe slightly changing how I look to just be as intimidating as possible, and just be like, "Hey, saw you checking out my my buddy over there. What's the
Is it over here?
situation?"
Oh dear.
Oh fuck.
I kind of
Music so
I want to like cross my arms and kind of like push my biceps out so they look bigger.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He, this dwarf just looking at you just narrows his brow. kind of like just flexes and stretches a bit reflexively, puts down his drink, and you can tell this guy looks to be pretty strong, pretty burly. And just gives you a look. Like, what do you want?
I want
and
you.
then just still look. No, I mean he didn't say it. He's giving you this
Okay.
what's your problem? But not breaking eye contact. He's still looking at you. Slams down, like puts down his drink hard, and just lets out like a, bleh, just like a loud belch, and just just
Put down my drink, belch equally, but a little weaker because I'm not very good at it. It's just like,
make a Constitution check for the hell of it.
okay.
Why are you asking about it?
I shoot some hot dog.
That's a fucking belch.
You got an okay belch. It's not quite as good as this guy's though.
Not
I mean,
not
it
quite
was
as good as his.
You were impressed with yourself, but yeah, not like his.
Just call it to him. It's like, couldn't help but notice you took a looking to my my comrade. Do you have an issue?
No issue. Just looking here, you seem to be kind of strange folk. Wondering what brings you in here. I mean, as he's saying this, like, you know, you're leaning in really, because it is
Yeah.
pretty loud in this place. There's like,
Yeah, no, I'm close. And I mean, I won't disagree with you. I'm like trying to mimic his accent stupidly. Maybe the alcoholism is like I don't disagree with you.
make a performance check.
Oh fuck, that's not the best.
Oh, well.
If you're doing a good job or a bad job, he doesn't seem to notice. He doesn't seem
Thank
to be
God.
fazed by what you're how you're saying it to him. Oh, sorry, I lost my handout. The name's Hugh Hackenstone. Puts out a big burly hand to shake yours. And you are?
I'm gonna straight up give my name. I'm gonna say Ruse. That's just what they call me. And I'm still doing a poor job at imitating his name, but I'm just gonna say Ruse. And just try to give the strongest handshake I can. Do you want me to do like athletics or strength or something? Like I'm really gripping down.
No, we'll do that. Do it like a generic strength check.
Uh-oh. Caught me between the knuckles.
You get a flare-up of rheumatoid arthritis, and you feel one of your knuckles pop, and for the next minute, your hand just hurts.
Oh no.
If you squeezed his hand hard or tried to hurt him, he didn't seem to notice or be
Nope.
affected.
No, that was the hardest I could do, and that's about it. It's as expected.
It's like hurting yourself, like
Hurt
sitting
me,
up.
snake.
Or you're like, or like you hurt yourself sneezing.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna say, here, why don't you, instead of giving us glares at the other side of the table, why don't you come over and have a drink with us, and we can talk and clink some glasses.
Sounds good. I'll mosey up. Excuse me. Pardon. He's pushing through people. Sits down. You know, looks at everybody. You know, gives people just like a polite nod. So I said my name, who you are. What brings you to Port Dianzaru?
Well, we're here for a little bit of business. We're looking for maybe some information on this death curse that's going on that region.
Yeah, you and everybody else. And he looks around the people a little bit. So, trying to find out more about it. Are you?
We've been we may or may not have been requested for our services to find a little more about this information. We seem to have a pretty hot lead. How about yourself? What brings you to this port?
At this point, he turns to face you, like the way he's been seated, and had you noticed it before, it would have stood out more. But when he turns, you realize the sleeve of his left arm is like stuffed, or there's something in it. When he turns, you realize he doesn't actually have a left arm. It's like just part of his leather hanging there and filled. It says, I got the story.
Okay. Well, I have ears.
Came here looking for some other stuff, part of an expedition, trying to get into a mine, and things didn't go planned so well. Trying to get back there and looking for some folk to maybe work with. Spotted the five of ye and thought maybe you'd need a guide.
You're not wrong. We have a direction to go in, but if you have more information on... Also, have I been drinking?
Excuse me?
Have I been drinking? Not like Corey. No. Has my character been drinking?
Yeah.
No. You haven't bought anything.
Okay, so I haven't bought it. Okay, so I'm still clear of mind. Alright, I'm just making sure of that. At this point, I probably would order a drink, whatever it would cost. And, basically say, like, if you have more info, like, what we're really here for is that death curse. So if you have more information on it, I'd be very interested. We'd all be interested.
A mug of ale is 4 copper.
Yeah, 4 copper? Oh, Jesus, I only have my thing in gold. I'll figure it out.
Alright, well, I don't mean knowing about the death curse, but I do know there's a nasty red dragon, and it's where no dragon lives does anything good happen, and there's bad stuff happen, and I'd be happy to show you there, and surely it's got to be something part of this.
The red dragon. Excuse me? A red dragon has to do with this death curse?
Dragons are magical and powerful creatures. They possess all sorts of terrible things. I mean, there's a dragon around here, and
Matt,
things are happening.
I want to pull him real close and be like, I'm not sure if you are aware of this, but magic can do a lot of different things, and innately being magic doesn't mean you are associated with every curse. What would a dragon have to garner from a death curse?
For the sake of brevity, I'm going to speed something up here a second,
Okay, yeah.
But basically, if you don't want to hear what I have to say or listen to me, there's plenty of other people who want to go out there and get killed, but I got information. I can tell you where the Wormheart mine is located. I know there's a lot of treasure to be had in there. If you want to hire me on, talk to these other folks if you want to go on a wild duck chase. And with that, I want to wrap it up for now.
Okay.
That was
next
fun.
time we
Sounds
can
good.
continue talking to Hugh Hackenstone or many of the other colorful people inside this tavern, and
You said it was called
see what they have
the
to
Wormheart?
offer. Wormheart Mod.
Art. Mine.
That was
Okay.
pretty good.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Callie.
Yeah, that's good. Everyone to sleep.